Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha's here. Butler's here. And I love it when we get to talk to our friends from Trulieve.
Yep. Skylar's on the line. How you doing, Skylar?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Good.
Good. So you're a little busy, huh?
Just a little bit.
I know you guys got a bunch of promotions going on. One for Veterans Day
Yes.
coming up tomorrow. Let's talk about that. What's going on for Veterans Day?
Yeah, so we have a True Salute pre-roll where a portion of proceeds, it's 5% of sales actually from the sale of that pre-roll, will go to the American Legion, which is all over the U.S., but we're going to specifically be focusing on donating to the American Legions in Florida. And then we have a Two Vets with True Vets, which you've met Scuba Steve.
Yeah.
He's our veteran lead. Yep, he's going to be speaking today, this afternoon, with actually one of our employees who's a manager in Jacksonville. His name is Ray. He is, I guess, a retired Army Ranger. So between the two of them, they did some pretty cool stuff in the military, so that's going to be a really cool talk. And then I know they're also doing some Veterans Day stickers that are specific to brands.
Oh, cool.
So it's going to be True Vet, and then it's going to be like Army or True Vet Marines and Navy and all that. So it's going to be really cool.
So for your respective branch, that's very cool. Awesome.
Correct. Yep. So we'll have that all week. It ends the 14th.
So, Skylar, literally yesterday, I think me and Samantha were talking about, I was like, I wonder if Trulieve is like every other company and sponsor we have where they're all basically hiring. And, and I'm like, but because my thought being, I bet a lot of people would want to work for Trulieve just because it's one of those companies. I said the same thing about
they're
Disney.
growing.
Yeah.
They're growing. And it's good to get in there when, they're expanding and getting bigger and bigger.
And if you're into medical marijuana, it just seems like a great, chill company to
learn
work for.
more about it. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, let's talk about that.
Yeah, so we are always hiring from cultivation to production to delivery drivers to retail to marketing, right? Like IT, we always have positions open because we're growing so fast, which, that kind of brings me to why we're growing. We opened our 108th store today in Inverness this morning at 9 a.m. So, we need more people. So I'm actually hiring for a community outreach person that would handle from essentially Orlando down to Miami. And then we have other positions in marketing that we're hiring for. We're hiring, if you go to our website, I can just say this, and scroll to the bottom of the website, there's an About Us, and then there's, I think it's careers, it's like the third or fourth one down. You can click on that, and then you can look up positions based on where you're located, and then positions we're hiring for based on your skill set, your experience. If you're located in Florida, we're also hiring outside of Florida. So we have stuff open in Massachusetts,
That's a lot of jobs.
So it's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of jobs. It's like Monster.com. You go in there and just submit your resume to Trulieve and see where you fit within the ecosystem. I like it. That's cool.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. So we have all kinds of stuff. HR, security, like if you have experience in security, so really anything. I also think we have positions open maybe in Arizona, which is where our newest company is now based out of Harvest.
Oh, nice.
So I'm pretty sure we have positions that are open there as well. So all over. So if you're listening from any state, we may be hiring near you.
There you go.
Skylar, I know this is more of a question about being a part of a company that's growing so fast, and like speaking of hiring, has so many employees, but you've been with Trulieve for a while now, and you've seen the growth. And for me, the fascinating part is like, all right, you started with X amount of employees, and now you have like 20 times the amount that you started with, and that means that like, because when you grow a business, you have to grow the management and figure out like what's the best workflow.
It has to be an even growth. If it's not across the board, then that's where it's lopsided, and then customer service slips or product slips.
But then, like, next thing, you got 108 stores, and then now you're like, well, that's, 108 times X amount of employees per store, which I don't even know how many, like, let's say 20 or so. Like, so now you're talking about an insane amount of employees. So what's the most difficult part about, like, growing a company that fast?
Honestly, it's probably, I don't really know. I mean, we have so many employees that we need to hire for, and because we're expanding so fast. So I think it's just finding the right amount of people that we need for every position, right? Because it's like, we were a startup, essentially. Cannabis hasn't been legal forever here, right? So our company will be 6 in July. And, the state of Florida changes regulations all the time. And so it's like we're constantly having to pivot. That's like our word for our company is pivoting, like from Friends. And so...
Oh, my God, that's where I got it from. We use that around here all the time, and I forgot that I stole that from Friends. We also have a monkey around here.
Oh, yeah. Mad.
And the crazy thing that you don't know, Skylar, because you haven't seen us in a minute, is Tom has the Rachel, and it looks so good. It shapes his cheekbones.
That is so funny. I love Friends so much, so anytime I can use something from Friends, I try to, but we really do use pivot a lot, and honestly, all cannabis companies probably use that term.
Try that delicious, smelly cat Kush OG.
I know, right? We should definitely do something that's specific to Friends. I would love that. Maybe I'll have to push that forward. But yeah, I think hiring is a big thing, but then also just like having to be in the know of the changing rules and regulations in the state of Florida so that we're never getting in trouble for anything that, we shouldn't be, or getting in trouble for something that changed yesterday, right? So I think that's probably something else that's kind of difficult for us.
What's interesting about that, too, and I don't know if I told you about this, Tom, but I've actually been in Trulieve before when the employees that are there, and this is what makes their job so difficult, and this is why I always insist on tipping the person that is operating the counter at Trulieve.
Yeah.
Because I was in there one day when they were going through and getting all the little bags that they put your order in and slapping that ginormous THC red sticker on the side of it, because the government had decided that you couldn't leave the dispensary with just a plain bag. It needed to have a THC marker on it. So they go through and slap that on there. Then I think the following day they had to peel each sticker off because it wasn't the right sticker, and they had to put a new sticker on. So it's always like they're moving the goalpost, moving this, moving that, moving this. It's always a lot of work.
And Skylar, do you think as time goes by, you'll have to deal with like less government regulations, or is it just all politics and dependent on who is in charge at the time and all that?
I honestly don't know. I actually watched a video Seth Rogen put out yesterday, and which you guys probably know, he's a huge cannabis supporter.
Yes.
And
What?
he said I know. You didn't know that?
No, I had no idea.
Oh, yeah. Seth Rogen is a huge supporter. He actually, I'll have to send you guys the link. He did this interview in Canada, and he talked about cannabis and stuff, and it was really, really good. But he...
we were joking, Skylar. I assumed he was high. I assumed he was high literally every waking moment here.
I mean, I follow him on Instagram, and if you don't follow him, you should see some of the glass he's putting together. This guy makes like handmade vases now. He's got to be high to make handmade vases, right? They're amazing vases, too. Really good ceramics.
Yeah. Okay, I'll have to look. I wasn't aware, but... I was about to say, if you guys didn't know, I would be very disappointed.
Yeah, he's the Green Hornet. We know.
Yeah. So he came out yesterday and kind of created this new initiative, and he was talking about these statistics, and one of them is that 69% of voters are in support of a cannabis program in the U.S., like a federal program. But then when it comes to like legislation, less than 50% of people have come out and said that they support cannabis or have even made a statement about cannabis in general. And so it's like, that doesn't even make, like, almost over almost three-fourths of the voter base is for cannabis. So why is there still an issue with making this federally regulated? You know, like, it's just, I really don't know when there could be changing. I mean, I would hope it would be in the next 5 to 7 years, but you never know.
Yeah, you don't.
You
don't know.
It's becoming to a point where I think anybody who's against it at this point. I've never even come across that. I don't even see it on social.
I'm sure there is somebody, but I have yet to meet somebody in my day-to-day life, even older people that I knew that hated the stigma and maybe were raised a certain way to believe that, you know, whatever you believe. But, like, even my mom, like, other people, her friends, they're all on board.
Well, even on social, like, you can get a cue about how society feels about anything just on social. Like, my Facebook is very, like, it's got everybody. I didn't put myself in a bubble, but even though it is still a bubble, I don't even see any people talking like against cannabis in any way. Like, I don't see any memes against it. Like, there's
Go to church.
Maybe in church, but I see super religious people on my Facebook feed every once in a while against a lot of things that's not normal in society, but never cannabis is, like, not even an issue.
Yeah, I don't either, but I'm
there's, like, no argument whatsoever.
I'm positive it's out there, but I would imagine that it stems from ignorance and not researching it and not knowing enough about it.
Well, and the thing is, like you said, you know, you're not seeing it on the people that you are around, or even just people in general, and it's not those people. It's like the senators who just don't have a stance at all. You may have never heard of, let's say, this specific senator say that he's for or against cannabis. He's just indifferent, which doesn't help the cause, right? It's just like, well, I'm just not going to comment on it. I'm not going to say anything. So we need more people maybe that are openly and outwardly in support of cannabis so that we can push more things forward.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's just like, in a day and age, I see people still that are, like, against not even the COVID vaccine, obviously, but any vaccine, like anti-vax. I see more anti-vaxxers than any anti-cannabis on my social media feed.
I think I do too, yeah.
So it's like, you know, you'd think in a polarizing world you would get something, and I see nothing. Like, literally nothing ever anti-marijuana.
Yeah, no, I don't
whatsoever. So that tells me that it's got to be around the corner. Like, who the hell is going to put up any fight against it if they just start railroading it through all states and federal government? You know, like, there's no blocks.
And Skylar, I'll leave you with this. I'm looking at our Twitch chat room, and we have people on there that are actively looking at all the jobs that you guys have posted. So it's working. They're in there looking at it. But we got this one guy, Norm. He's looking at jobs. You don't want to work with that guy.
No.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah. Can't even fit through the door.
Oh,
sorry.
My God!
I'm sorry.
Why would you say that? He's bedridden, and he's a very large man, Skylar, and Tom has taken it upon himself to ruin his life. Tom is trying to ruin this man's life.
No, he likes it.
Okay.
Skylar, it's been great talking to you again. If you want a free gift from us, is this easy. All you have to do is go on tomandan.com, and you'll see a Trulieve gift link. Click on that.
Fill out the form.
Fill out the form and just take a picture of your receipt of what you bought, any proof that you went to Trulieve, and once you fill out that form, we will mail you a gift. And we're about to get some new stuff from Trulieve.
Yeah.
We've got some custom Tom and Dan pens that are just for this, and we got some
Super
stickers.
Cute. Yeah, they're lapel pens too. They're not just like, we're not giving you like an old Bic that says "Listen to Tom and Dan, Trulieve #1." No, it's like a lapel pen. It's very nice. It's like a brooch.
Another thing, too, that I wanted to before I leave is we have our Thanksgiving drive happening this week until the 14th, and if you bring in 2 items on the list, you will get 10% off stackable of your purchase.
Whoa.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, bring in
stackable.
All I got to do is bring in some stovetop and a can of beans, and I got some money off.
Literally.
Yeah. Stovetop and beans and get some money off that weed. I love it.
There you go.
Skylar, why do you guys always give us ways to steal your weed? I love it.
Yeah.
Always ways to get the money off.
Yeah. I've got some stuff.
Hey, we're trying to help you.
Yeah.
Guys, we know that sometimes it can be, pricier, and people are on set budgets every month. So if you're helping us get back to the community, then we want to help you.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Well, it's always a pleasure talking to you, Skylar. Give everybody on your team some love from us, and we can't wait to talk to you soon.
Of course. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
All righty, you too.
See you,
Take care.
Skylar.
That is Skylar live from the fields of marijuana.
Seems like it would just like I thought Trulieve wouldn't have the same like hiring issues or whatever because so many people I thought would want to work for Trulieve.
I mean,
just because it's marijuana.
I wouldn't have
people
guessed.
Love marijuana.
I went yesterday when I picked up that pumpkin spice milk chocolate bar that they just had, and there were a lot of people working. Man, they were busy. They were packaging everything up, and then they were running this thing. If you go now, Skylar didn't mention this, I don't believe, but if you go now, at least at the Winter Park location, you can fill out this little form and drop it in a box, and they're going to pull a person out of the hat, and you get to go to the grow facility and just walk around for the day, have lunch, and walk around their entire marijuana growing facility. And you're like the guest of honor or something.
That's cool.
It's cool, yeah.
I
wasn't eligible, but, whatever.
being high and doing hard ass work.
Oh, it's the best.
Is
Peloton and weed is my favorite thing in the world.
Now, this is how you have to do it, and I learned it from the real man that poured my concrete slab one time.
Oh, getting his head right.
Yes,
Concrete Mike.
See, he did not concrete
Oh,
Mike.
when you cheated on Mike, right?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Mike
this is before I knew Mike.
See, Mike is also I think he dabbles, but Mike doesn't need that. It's in his blood. Like he's a true concrete man.
Yeah.
Like it's seriously like he's he's like the Thing from the Fantastic Four.
But
His blood is gray.
Yeah, he's a gray man.
what I learned from the real man is he can't get high when he's planning out stuff or when he's he only gets high before the
labor.
Get down to business.
Yeah.
The labor.
Like me, I read the Lego manual, then I get high, then I go to Brick City.
Yeah.
I'm putting them everywhere.
That's the mistake. That's a young man's mistake because I've gotten high before I started a project and I'm forgetting where's my wrench. I don't know what's going on because the planning is horrible.
Oh my God, you're describing things I did this on Halloween. I was going to set up that projector with my pumpkins that were singing and the whole nine, right?
Yeah.
The first of the you guys asked me, you got all your stuff in, why didn't you set it up last night? Because I got high, I brought everything outside, and then I was like, I can't do it. I got nothing. I brought everything back inside. I couldn't do it. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's an important thing to know. You got to sit down, clear-minded, and go like, this goes HDMI to here.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to put the power cord. I'm going to run this here. Then I put in the little SD card goes here. This is all good. Okay, we good. We got it all. Measure one. What is it? Measure twice, cut once.
Yeah.
Look at it, and then big toot, and then go to sticking.
Yeah, you can't get high before the planning and like any sort of thought goes into any project. It's only good for the hardcore manual labor when he's raking the rocks and he's high because
now
if you're gonna
hybrid.
rake the rocks,
It's gonna hurt your back.
Yeah, you got to be high because if you're gonna do something horrible, might as well be high. That's my
Write that down.
T-shirt. Yeah, I like that. It's a funky T-shirt, but I'd wear it.
When my buddy got COVID like a year and a half ago, my number one concern, back when I thought I was like, well, I'm definitely going to get it,
I still think that.
I asked him one question. I was like, did you get high while you had it? Was that cool? And he said yes. And I'm like, all right.
Real is better than being high without it.
Well, that's what I said.
You haven't lived, you've been high with COVID.
If I had, I was going through a miserable experience.
You've never lived.
Might as well be high, right?
Been high with fluid in your lungs, bro.
I mean, if you're real bad, you shouldn't do,
Yeah.
I'm just saying when you're generally just sick.
You've got one choice, sir. Ventilator or this vape rig you have. Give me the vape rig.
How many minutes?
Yeah, we gotta go.
Okay.
And a good day.
On Zoom with us right now, he's going to be at the Improv, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday.
Yes, it's the 2-2, and you can get your tickets at theimprovorlando.com. Easiest way to get them, and it's a great room. Ladies and gentlemen, we've never had him in here, and we still haven't had him in here. Ari Shafir's on the line. How you doing, man?
I'm great. Thank you, guys. Bert was raving about you dudes.
We love Bert. Ask Bert why he won't reply to our messages anymore.
Yeah, he loves us so much, but he doesn't do our show
He got
anymore.
too rich and
This guy's
famous off his goddamn podcast.
Yeah, this guy's so big, and you said it best. I was listening to you on, I forget what show
I think
it
it
was.
was Skeptic Tank, right?
It might have been Skeptic Tank. You were like, how much do you need?
Right.
When is it enough, Bert? When is it enough?
When are you gonna have some fun, Bert?
Yeah, when are you going? He missed Skankfest. He missed all these things that you've been raving about, and then he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I wanted to be there." Oh,
Got to, Rich.
And he
Yeah,
won't.
I wanted to be there, but I'm in charge of my own scheduling, and I couldn't be there. What are you talking about?
and so he used to come in here, and you know the deal. He'd come in with a bottle of the tequila. We party.
Yeah.
He does the machine. We go to dinner.
That's a lot of work,
Yeah,
though.
it
Like,
is.
he was doing a lot of goddamn work.
And then we thought
It ain't work for him. It's a passion. It's a
Yeah.
passion.
Well, we were like, this is our new best friend, and we're talking to him, and he would tweet with us. And then as soon as he got the bus, never again. Never again.
Okay, but you have to understand he has access to barbecue all the time, so he's busy. He's busy using his fingers. It's tough to return text when you're full of just that sauce,
Ari, convince me to do ayahuasca.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go
Because
drugs.
I'm scared.
I want to.
I'm scared to fucking do it. And but every time when I hear people talk about it,
I've been told that it will change my persona completely, and that when I come out of the other side, I will be a different human being entirely.
yeah, it's scary to me.
Yeah. What have you done? What drugs have you done? Mushrooms?
He's
a pussy.
I've
He's
done
only
I've done mushrooms one time, and
He's only done weed.
And then I thought about how the Earth was created, and I stayed up all night thinking about how we're here and shit, and I liked it, but it was one of those things where I was like, oh, okay, I just never did it again. I need a microdose. That's what everybody's telling me to do.
Yeah, what's your favorite drug, Ari?
What's in my hand, I guess. It's like I got dosed with acid at Skankfest, and everyone all night long they were all like, "Are you okay?" People were texting me, "Are you all right? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm Ari Shafir. Have some fucking respect. Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah,
it's just some acid.
Yeah,
relax.
This is kind of your thing,
my
right?
God.
But like, are psychedelics? Is this a new? Has this been rolling the whole entire time, pun intended, or is this a new kind of a resurgence of these psychedelics right now?
Yeah, because of COVID, maybe people are like, just like, I got time.
Yeah, that's actually.
I don't have anything to do tomorrow. Why not?
No, because
Dude, you got to do ayahuasca. It's the best. It's like mushrooms times 10.
But
it'll take the scared. It won't matter after it starts taking you. You'll have no control. It'll just take you where it wants to take you.
well, that's the problem, Ari, is that you're telling me scary shit. Like, you're not saying, like, you're just like, that's scary. Like, what does that mean? It takes you where you want to take. Like, what
don't
if
even
it takes
know
me
where I
down
wanna-
a bad hole? That
He's afraid of a bad trip.
Yeah.
You might, but like honestly, a bad trip. So like mushroom trips, a bad trip is not as bad as sitting on a cross-country plane next to a 2-year-old.
All right, okay.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like bad trips could happen, but it ain't that bad. And also, bad trips are like 40 minutes of it, and the rest is just laughing and fun.
Oh man, we are pussies.
It completely removes you from your ego, so you just look at yourself with like not from your own point of view. You just look at yourself from an outsider, but like you better than anybody. So it's like an outsider with full knowledge of who you are.
But it's not
And you just get to see
guaranteed
everything
positive,
clearly.
right? It's not guaranteed that I will see myself in a positive light. Like, let's say
No, unless you're 100% positive, you ain't going to see yourself as positive.
Yeah.
100%.
But
none of us are.
Will I break down though? Or is it purely from like an observational point of view where I'm just kind of observing myself, or will I actively try to start changing myself in the moment?
Yeah, you will. And you'll be like, I got to start doing this. I got to start doing that. This person in my life, I didn't respect enough. I got to call them more. Like weird people you wouldn't think that would pop into your head.
And how much do you retain of this? Like when you're doing it, like when you come out
ayahuasca, all of it. So the person I was doing it with they're an artist. So they went back to their, like, whatever they put us in, like this, like shack. And to get a sketch pad. And I was like, oh, give me a piece of paper. And I just started writing down like whatever was throwing into my head. And one of them was like, I still haven't done it actually, was tell Bo Burnham how good he is. I don't even know him. I met him twice. But like, I don't know why. Bo Burnham, Sean Patton, just different people. And I'm like, I don't know why, but it's just throwing me these names. But dude, first of all, the only real fear is the purging.
Yeah.
The ayahuasca makes you get rid of everything blocking you. So you just start throwing up, which that didn't bother me as much as what they said it might be, projectile diarrhea.
All right. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's the stuff I don't
Can you
want.
get?
but,
Can you get it without that?
Well, you don't like to vomit. This guy right here,
Oh, yeah, he's on a streak.
my
Can you
business
take some-
partner, he hasn't puked in like 13, 14 years. Like
You'll have to puke.
And I love puking and I love diarrhea. Like those are two of my favorite things because diarrhea. I have a lot of hemorrhoids. I have a ton of hemorrhoids.
Me too.
Okay, so diarrhea to me is easier to get past hemorrhoids than a solid movement. And I've been trying to tell you that. So I think maybe I'm designed for ayahuasca.
Diarrhea for someone with hemorrhoids is like ice cream for a bulimic.
Yeah.
It is no pain coming up.
It's easy.
It's just the best.
Yeah, easy. And it tastes good coming out.
All right, but do you still have to go to some goddamn jungle and some hut and with a bunch of strangers?
That's part of the charm,
Can I
right?
just do
We
it
got
in
a church here in Orlando
What-
that does it.
what-
Yeah,
can
we have an ayahuasca
Sam's right.
church.
Yep.
Well, can I do it in my living room? Do I have to be with other people? Like, I don't like being around like a bunch of strangers that
That's
are
part
tripping.
of the trip. Ari, you need people there, right?
You need a shaman there. I mean, you could probably do a one-on-one. It was just me and one other person. And they were also like, don't talk to that other person. You're on your own trip.
Yeah. I don't want the awkwardness of the shaman telling me something.
Well, you don't like being told anything.
You
You need
Tell you
automated.
shit. He just bangs the drum a little bit.
Hey, keeps a metronome.
What about like if you
What
go
can
to
I
like
put
a
that?
GuideWell or a Quest Diagnostics? What if you just had an iPad that walks you through like a pro like AI like a digital shaman? That's gonna be my new Xbox gamer
Tom
tag, by
is
the way.
not going to be able to use that.
That could be.
digital
You could throw
shaman.
like wax or honey or something into the fire to create all these shapes. You just start staring at the fire. I don't know if an iPad's going to do that, but it was sick. Bro.
I like that.
Tom, what are you looking for to do it? Why are you even interested?
Oh, well, because it's like
He
and it's-
wants grit. He
Well,
thinks that
no.
he's becoming soft.
Well, all right.
Heroin, Tom.
Well, no, I know what that feels like because I've taken pain pills, so I got a taste of them. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I get it. I get what
Ari,
opium feels like.
We're in Florida. We are pain pill land.
Yeah.
Still,
Country. Isn't that where you go from city to city to city, getting all the like refills?
Well, you
Going all the way
you
up the
used
coast?
to. You used
oh,
to
we used to have pain management clinics,
Yeah.
like on every corner, like a 7-Eleven.
There used to be a pain management clinic next to our gym, and as you were coming out, you could just walk by these people, and they would just shower you with pills.
but
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy.
But Ari, it's like when I hear someone like, or a lot of people, because every time I hear ayahuasca stories, everybody has a positive story about it, and
Yeah.
like, is like endorsing it, right? And then it's the same thing with like kinks and sex. Like when people are real into something or like bondage or something, and they talk so highly about it, I'm like, well. I want to, like, what's so
You wanna
good about it?
experience it,
I'm like,
yeah.
it's got to be good. Like, if so many people like it, then I'm missing out on something.
Yeah.
But then when I hear what you have to go through and stuff, is like, to me, I'm like, I don't know if I want to go that far. Like, I'm freaking out. Or like,
So like you hear about sex and you're like, wow, sex seems awesome, but then you're like, ooh, stuff's gonna come out of your penis. Ew.
well, that's
you know what? You are the only guest that has ever nailed. He's nailing you, dude.
Yeah.
100%.
No,
He's only been with one
Tom,
lady.
there's no bad reviews of it. So
Yeah.
like any of that stuff is like it's an irrelevant like fear.
Yeah.
No one's ever told you that. It's like bringing weed on the plane.
But-
no one's ever got caught.
But Ari,
Oh my God, you say that.
But Ari, the good reviews are the bad
Tom, you
reviews.
say that!
the good reviews about it is like I started off projectile vomiting, then I was diarrhea.
Well, you got to get that out of the way.
And then the
You gotta
shaman,
get that out of the
okay, and then the shaman's hitting the drum. Then I see myself and all the bad things I've ever done, and who I need, what's really important in life. And then I'm sweating. I'm laying on the
You're
floor.
introspective, and you come out as a better person.
Like, I'm
right?
around a bunch of strangers. My dick falls out. Like I'm sweating. Then I was like, like I don't care who I am.
Wait a minute.
I'm
Why'd your
tugging.
dick come
Wait a
out?
minute, nobody said
I'm tugging my
anything
butthole.
about- you know,
I'm like, goddamn, this is
even
awkward.
Even Ari didn't say that when you do ayahuasca that your dick falls out. I
Why?
didn't see that on the guide.
That seems
When you're
voluntary.
no, when
That's what
you're
you're looking for, man. Then that's the clarity you'll find.
Do you see what he does?
Dick out all day.
you're
Ari-
rolling around in a robe, your dick falls out.
Ari, doing drugs with Tom. Every time we do drugs, your dick falls out. Like this guy, he's the Matt
I don't think it's
Lauer
the
of drugs.
All right, all right. I also
Take a shot of whiskey, your dick falls out. Smoke a joint, dick falls out.
Yeah, he's just your Mr.
Weird.
Dick falls out.
here's
Put
another
salt on
thing.
your steak, your dick falls out.
Hey, wait a minute. I got it. We're just gonna go all over the place.
Okay.
Did you really get the Skankfest YouTube a strike because you spit on a listener's dick?
Did I get? I mean, first of all, that's YouTube's rule. I don't know. Did they get a strike for that?
Yeah, they said they got a strike. I went there this morning doing research, and it said, sorry, we don't have a show, or you'll have to go someplace else to watch it because Ari Shaffir spit on one of our listeners' dicks. That's what it said. And I'm like, well, that's an odd thing to...
Mr. Tubes?
It wasn't my fault. The crowd was chanting spit on his dick.
You gotta do it.
So, I mean, I'm only one man. What am I going to not spit on a dick when dozens of people are chanting spit on his dick?
Was it a loogie or like an old lady spit?
I stood up on a chair and it was a loogie, just a full gravity drop. Right on the head of his cock.
The bully.
Oh yeah, the bully. You gave him the bully.
Yeah.
What is that? What's the bully?
Well, the bully when you spit that lube and you suck it back up before it hits their face.
The bully, yeah, when you're on top of a guy. Like,
yeah. Actually, you could start bullying people's dicks. Hear me out. You get on ayahuasca, and then you just stand over the person, and you bully them by you do a solid 2, a 1-2 yeek, a 1-2 yeek, and then finally you just give them the business, let it go.
Dude, Tom, you should do ayahuasca. First of all, it was the coolest experience I've ever done in my life. It was so fucking real and jungle, and like this woman's wearing a fucking headdress with monkey skulls on it. And I can curse here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So the studio, I'm like, I might have fucked up.
Well, we'll just edit it for radio, and it'll be just a huge beep tone, and then you'll hear like spitting.
Okay, I'll try to stay away.
It's fine.
But yeah, and then it's like she like squeezes some tobacco juice into your palm, and you just got to snort tobacco juice, and it gets you riled up immediately. And then it takes a while for the ayahuasca to kick in. Mostly you're just like laying there for about an hour. And then just a little bit of barfing. Wasn't even that much.
Now, where are you, Ari? Are you in the jungle?
This was in Ecuador. There's a lot of them in the Amazon, but they have them in homes too. They have like home versions where some guy will just get it and come to your house.
I don't want somebody to come to my house and make the interior of my home look like an Ecuador jungle.
Well,
and then is that what they do? Do they make it look like it, or like does the jungle help it, or is it?
But listen,
the jungle helps it for sure because he comes in. 1 second, Tom, because he comes in like he's leading us from the huts to the place, and he goes, "Stop for a second." He goes, "Listen, what do you hear?" And we're like, "I guess the river." He goes, "Yeah, what else?" I'm like, "I guess some insects." He goes, "Okay." As soon as the ayahuasca take, those are going to be like tenfold. They're just going to get super loud and like really guide your trip, and they really did. So I mean, I would go to the jungle somewhere, but you can do it anywhere.
I think you got to go jungle. I think if you do it in your house, you're bitching out a little.
Now, tell me this. Did you pay for the higher priced good, you know what I'm saying? Because with everything, I imagine, like, you could do the ayahuasca excursion.
You want the girlfriend experience.
No, but I'm saying, like, did you get the rich guy ayahuasca experience or
the VIP ayahuasca ultimate experience?
My construction,
can I get a better look at Shaman? This guy's a fat piece of shit.
My construction buddy went and like down to South America, did ayahuasca, but he got the bare bones, like you know what I'm saying?
That's Walmart.
Groupon
like, did you get the nice where you're in a nicer hut?
Yeah, so here's the deal. This is one of those instances where the nice part will just be worse. You don't want a nice place. You want the real thing. So no, there's no bonus. It's $80, but you should get a recommendation from someone who's been there, because I did talk to people who were like, I did a bad one. It wasn't that good. And then we talked to someone who's like, oh, this guy was like, what? The guy who told us did it twice. He was the first guy I didn't like. The second guy was the guy. Nice. And then we went and found him.
See, I've never talked to anybody that's ever done it more than once. Anytime we've ever interviewed anybody that's ever done ayahuasca, it's usually one trip, and then they scare me. The scary part for me, let's go to my scary part. Did you feel like after you had done it that you came out the other side as a completely different and altered Ari Shaffir?
Okay, so I've heard that a lot, that saying. And I've also heard like when you get LASIK eye surgery, it's the best thing you've ever done, which I'm also like, look, it's a good thing, LASIK eye surgery, but the best thing you've ever done, not to have to do this in the morning, not to have to just put on glasses, fuck off. No, you're not a completely different person, but the sense of clean, just inside clean, it was like, that's the only way I can describe it. It's just, you've just been scrubbed from the inside, and it's just like anything's possible. Nothing's bad. You have control of your life again. Any of the stuff that's gotten away from you, you can just like regain control. This is not funny at all. But like,
No,
that's right.
But it's interesting.
If people want to see super funny, and this is a great time to plug theimprovorlando.com. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday.
Yeah.
Get your tickets, sell the hell out of it, so we can set it up. So Ari comes to Orlando, then the 4 of us go to the Ayahuasca church in Orlando, and we all do ayahuasca with Ari Shafir. I mean, it's totally doable, and then we bring Bert along.
Is it?
Bert needs it. Bert wants it. For sure.
He's not
allowed to do drugs with me anymore, but...
yeah, we heard. We heard about that. Yeah, we heard about that.
But still, maybe one day he'll just do it quietly with me. He wants to, but he's not allowed. Dude, Tom, it's such a clean feeling. So he says, like, I'm going to come get you at 6 a.m. You're going to take a cold shower, and then that's it. You're done. And then I just started writing for 3 days, just journaling all my thoughts and stuff before they left. So they told us about some other people that had done it. One was a hitman that came down there, a Sicario.
All right.
And he was like, it hit him what he was doing. And he just started beating the ground. He's just like, why? What have I done? No, just screaming. And then he came out the next day. He goes, well, I'm done with that. I got to disappear. They won't let me leave. So I got to disappear and fake my own death.
Oh,
but like,
shit.
I can't ever do that
He
again.
quit the business.
Oh my God!
What if I do that with podcasting? I'm like, what am I? Yeah, and I'm like, Adam, you're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm out of the podcasting game. I'm not doing it anymore.
Well,
and then I flip the switch on it. I'm like, I'm gonna become a hitman.
Ooh.
But
that's when the movie starts. Roll the theme.
But Ari, okay, we're inherently 2 different people. I hate awkward situations. So if I'm sitting in the hut and I'm freaking out, and I got the hitman freaking out that he's killed her, and he's like, "What?" I'm gonna be like, "Oh God, this is all." I gotta go outside.
Oh wait, that's a good question. Did that alter your trip at all? Like, yeah,
he wasn't there. The guy, no, there was a guy I call him a familiar. Some guy who was just like he loved this shaman, and so he was like, "Let me try to help get people over here." He's done it 19 times, so he was telling us stories of different people doing it. So that guy wasn't there, but it would be lame. Like, ever see AA meetings? I don't know if you guys are all any sober at all, but like when that one guy shares and it's crazy, he's like, I blew my dad and I didn't know, and then it was just to get some drug money, and then some other guy's like, I was late for a meeting.
Yeah, because there's varying degrees. Yeah,
yeah. It would be sucky to get the shaman one, the Sicario guy.
Yeah. Like, I just want a middle-aged mom that wants an adventure.
She's like, you just want her to sit there and look around and just be like, well, that's nice. You don't want anything great.
Yeah.
So here's another one he told us. There was this guy and this woman who they were dating for a long time, but there's one sticking point in their relationship. He did not want kids, and she did. And it kept bubbling up every 9, 10, 12 months. And they'd bury it. This is not a new story. This happens with lots of people.
That's horrifying. Why did? I'm sorry.
But then they just kept coming up, and they kept like, moving past it. And then they took ayahuasca, and they both realized, like, oh, we're just not right for each other. And it was such a clear moment. They said that he goes, it's been 10 years. That guy is now friends with her kids. Like, she moved on, and it's all friendly, and like, it's just you get to see everything clearly. And then do with it what you will. It's tough though, because when you see it clearly, you got to decide.
Yeah, like I don't.
Maybe that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, I think that's what it really is.
What if you get done
I don't want to see
you
it.
walk
like, I'm
out,
a bad person.
You walk out and you're just like, you know what? I like to watch people fuck my wife.
And I'm okay with it now.
Yeah, that's the only way I get hard. And then you're just like, and then that's your change.
That's like, how good is being your true self? Maybe it's
how
something
true
you
do
don't
you
want to
be.
You go to your boss like, I'm shitting on your desk, dude. It's gonna happen every Thursday every summer. It's just gonna happen every Thursday all summer. Every summer.
It's authentic me. It's just gotta happen.
Yeah.
So Ari, speaking of another thing you have done that I want to do is I heard that you just decided to disappear for months on end without a smartphone and didn't tell anybody where you were going. So I fantasize about that too because
see, that scares the shit out of me.
That is, I do feel like we've become attached to our phones and addicted to them, and it's way too messed up. So tell me about how you even got there.
Well, you guys all feel it, right?
Yeah.
You feel this weird connection to this thing. I don't know if you have kids, but like, do you have kids?
Yeah, we
They
do.
do. I don't.
Yeah, I have a daughter, and Tom has 2 sons, and they're all about the age of 6.
Have you ever been parenting and then been on the thing while you're supposed to be giving like your attention to your children?
Oh, every day.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's real bad where I'm like, man, my kids are going to see their dad as like, you know, the old school dad, the 50s dad that was always looking at the newspaper? Like, it'll be that with the phone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But at a red light. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it is weird.
It's weird. We all have it. So it was just like, I felt it and I was done with the special. I didn't have anything to do. So I just like, I called an Uber. I made a flight to Myanmar. I just looked at where the weather was the best in Southeast Asia for the next like 2 weeks. And it was Myanmar. And I booked a flight like a day or two before. And then I called an Uber to the airport, put my, as soon as I called it, threw my phone in my desk and then went out to meet my Uber and then figured it out when I got there. When I got to Myanmar.
Is there
any terrifying?
Are you scared at all doing that, or is that just pure excitement?
100%. The second day, I was like, I'm going home. This was a terrible mistake. This was a fucking, horrible mistake. And then you just get over that fright. And after about a week, it was just the most freeing thing I've ever done. No responsibility. Go wherever you want, whenever you want. You think you're going to go like north and west to some town where they have some like, I don't know, some like elephant reserve. And then somebody's like, hey, there's a tomato festival like south and east. And you're like, I'll do that instead. And you just get on a bus and go the other way.
That's where we disagree.
So great.
I'm elephants over tomatoes all day.
Yeah. But it was just like stayed in hostels where it was like really like just the camaraderie there. It took about a week to get over the like lack of luxury, you know, the crappy beds and stuff.
Sure.
But once you got used to it, a little blood on your sheets, like, who cares? You know, it wasn't mine. You just get over it. And then it just becomes like, what's everybody doing? Everybody's so friendly and inviting and just like, trying new foods and just having no responsibility. You guys have what I'll call weirdo jobs, right? Where it's not a 9 to 5. It's a real creative, fun job. Most people don't get that. It's still like, you gotta be there at 10:45 and log in.
100%.
And just to not have any of it. I didn't know what it was I was getting until I came home. And then the flood of responsibility started shooting back in at me. And I was like, that was it. That and nice toilet paper.
Yeah.
The two things.
Well, it seems like with any addiction or like you become reliant on something, like that first couple days is your detox from your smartphone, right? So that nervousness that you're missing out or whatever, like that's just a form of detox from that, right? And then once you get over that, then I imagine it's freaking awesome after that.
Yeah, what do they say? You get dopamine every time you get a like on Instagram.
I'm kind of studying that now, and I may be butchering what this is called, but there's a thing called the Heptonic Threshold, where it's the amount of dopamine that your body like your phone is giving you those little dumps, right? And also alcohol, drugs, they're all giving you those little dumps. But if you're only relying on your phone and on drugs, then and I'm more pro drugs than I ever would be phone. But you reset your baseline, and you can never achieve that naturally. You just can't. It's impossible for your brain to be able to do it. It's like I'm reading a book, and they're telling me that your brain only has a certain amount of decisions you can make in one day before you get like decision fatigue. That's like a real thing.
Wow,
it's crazy.
Wow, and we all get that before noon now because you're on the phone, like responding to emails, responding to texts, and like it's like damn.
Yeah, I woke up to an email like that, and that's just not healthy, man. Yeah. Drugs, ayahuasca could be 100 times healthier than a phone.
Do you guys have an off season?
Not
nope. Like small business. All we do is podcast. This. You've been in the podcasting world very early on. Rogan is 09. We're 09. You did Skeptic 11. Tank in 11. Yeah, Skeptic Tank was. I remember seeing you very early on when we would inch up.
Yeah, it was a weird time.
Yeah, well, we would inch up in comedy, and we're not stand-up guys, but we'd inch up in comedy, and I think we hit 11 was like the highest we ever got. And then we would see like Rogan and you and Marin and people that have been in podcasting for a very long time. Maybe real quick, let's chat about that. Like, I remember the beef with you and Howard. We, our station, the station we're currently on, we have a radio show companion to all of our podcasts, but it's secondary. Really, our podcasting is our main vein.
Radio?
Yeah. Exactly. So, but we used to be Howard's station. Howard was the morning show, and then Tom and I worked for the show after that. And then when Howard left, or was pulled off the radio, we went to mornings. Yeah, that's when we moved in. So, what are your thoughts on podcasting?
It was so freeing. Stern should have embraced it. Stern should have been, if he wasn't such a He should have been like.
He's
like,
having
I
to
wish
now,
I had
though.
this when I was little.
I mean, he has to do it now, though. There's a little bit of crow eating because he's
It's the
on
ultimate
pod-
Stern thing to do, right? There's like it's his version of satellite radio. He's just too old school. I think he's just
too old.
Yeah, he's too old.
He was like, you go to a small market, you take over that market. You go to somewhere in Connecticut, take over that market, and then slowly build a following there. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, old man? What? Just broadcast to America. I have listeners in Zimbabwe, you moron. You should embrace it. You should have been like, oh, I wish I had, when I was going through my beef with the FCC, I wish I had podcasts. You know,
Right.
I could have said whatever I want and do whatever I want. That's what he should have said. He goes, these kids got it easy. That's what he should have said. But he's so like, that's what he's always done. That's what he's always done. He's always been like, oh, you know, you should be able to say whatever you want. And then like O&A does something like, those guys go too far. But Don Imus goes too far.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking cunt.
It
you
just-
two-faced cunt.
It sounded like classic Stern to me, and because I like him, maybe that's why it didn't bother me at all. But a lot of people got like, oh, you know, like really mad, and I'm just like, yeah, he's just doing the thing. That's the thing he does.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I mean, I do like Old Stern. Old Stern was great.
Oh yeah,
Really
I mean
was.
it's what I grew up on. But like everybody, including myself and you and everybody else, like there's gonna be a point where somebody, probably my daughter, looks at me and is like, "Shut up, you dumb old man," and I'm like, "All right."
All right, me and Daniel still watch old Stern on YouTube and
Beetlejuice.
laugh about the old
damn.
whack pack and the shit that he used to say and get away with. And it's funny that he doesn't seemingly get as much backlash, or like they don't replay those old clips and be like, "Oh my God, look what happened."
No, they tried. They tried on him once where he was in like blackface or something, and he goes, and they uncovered it. He goes, "Oh, did you uncover this thing that I put on national television?"
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about, guys? I wasn't hiding it. It wasn't in my bedroom. I put it out for the world. It was a different time. Shut up.
Yeah, and that's the difference too that people can't get over is like there's a difference between like you talking to your a sibling or something on a phone that was secretly recorded and you saying a bunch of stuff of how you, and then entertainment, you know, like people
Yeah,
don't
And
understand.
also, if you're going to
Everybody
blame
here's in on it.
if you're going to blame
They're all
him
talking-
for doing that, you also have to blame the TV station that put it on, everybody that was involved with it that allowed it. You know what I mean? It's
Find
not
out
like
who tuned in and laughed.
Right.
And let's get them. Let's get them and put them in shackles.
Ari, how are you wired? Because you're no stranger to internet
Here's what
criticism.
you gotta- oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm wondering if you look at it, like, because I'm the type of person, like, I'm nowhere close to, I don't say anything that would get any backlash. But if I did,
You talk before we started. You said rape was good.
Yeah,
if I
he
did,
has been pro rape for many years.
Ari, if I did though, I wouldn't even look at it. Even if someone's like, "Hey, everybody's like saying these horrible, like they hate you here," I would never even look at it. I don't care about that. I'm not curious about it or whatever. So I'm wired to take criticism, but I don't never get it. But do you even look at the stuff? Are you curious?
Yeah, sometimes for sure. I'll glance at it. A lot of comments love saying we never look, but we all look. Just a little bit here or there. But sometimes I'm like, ugh, I got to stay off that.
Yeah. I like
It's
the
not good
honesty
for
too,
you.
man, because it's like it was funny to me. We were talking about you. Yeah, Tom's right. You're no stranger to controversy and stuff like that. And it's fascinating to me that I am so sensitive. You know, like I'm an empath and I feel things heavy, man. I'm real sensitive. So I'm the exact opposite of Tom. So if something like that, like if I get an email and somebody just lights me up, man, it'll truly bum me out. Like it'll suck energy out of my brain, and I don't know how to turn that off.
Yeah, I think you got to take a little vacation from it. So this is what I was going to say anyway. It's like bank an extra podcast a day for like, I don't know, go for a month.
We
Just
talked
do
about
2
doing
in a
that.
day. And then you have your time off and then just get lost. Completely get lost. Don't check in. Because, you know, here's the deal. Like, so I'm reading this book now, How to Do Nothing. And it's talking about how, like, when we got the ability to work from home, computers and emails and phones, we're like, sweet, I don't have to commute anymore. I can do this right from my home. It'll save me time. But then what happened pretty quickly is like, there's never a time I don't have to work. So now I have to be checking emails at 9 p.m. when I should be chilling and just, you know, hanging out with my chick, you know, or my kid or my dog or whatever. And it's like, so there's never a time off. So that's why I'm like, that's why you leave the phone at home. Don't check in at all. Like, get your return flight or get your return flight later. You get enough money to spend the extra $100 on a last second flight. You know, just be gone. My manager at the time was like, I need to get in touch with you. I'm like, you can't. And she's like, that's not okay. I'm like, well, my mom's also not going to be able to get in touch with me. And she was like, oh, well, that makes me feel better.
So Ari, but how do you get past? Because obviously you're a driven dude, right? You're successful. You come up through the
He's
comedy
doing
store.
stuff, yeah.
I mean, you came up through like answering phones at the comedy store,
big balls.
working the door, like the traditional grind of it to get where you're at today, right? And with the grind of anything, it just takes a hard ass work. And in our society, we constantly hear about the Tom Brady's of the world, the Bill Belichick, and this guy never sees his family. He works when he wakes up to, he goes to sleep every single day, no day
And
off.
he died that way.
And
yeah.
then he's like, and that's how you become the best. And then we're taught that, and it's like, that's how you become the best. So you mentioned, like, I'm looking at it like someone else is going to outwork me if I don't answer this email.
Okay, but I disagree. I think some of the things of working is doing nothing. Is taking time to like be completely decompressed and not have it and just let your mind wander. You ever take a shit and then like 30 seconds in you get bored and so you take your phone out.
Yeah.
But if you get past that next 30 seconds without taking your phone out, then you start like imagining things. You'll think of good segments on your show, or you'll think of like funny things. Or,
we
or
don't
good
do
stuff
that.
to do.
I all I do is read. I read my wife's tampon box. I
really?
have to
Oh
read.
my
Old
God.
school.
I read the same magazine.
no.
I read a shampoo bottle. I'll get up sometimes and walk with my pants around my ankles. There's shit
Crab
ass.
walk.
And I'll crab walk across. I'll grab a shampoo bottle, go back, sit down, read all the ingredients, see if they put any snarky.
Trail of blood.
You know what I hate is when they put snarkiness on the bottle when they're like, if you're reading this, your hair must look beautiful. I'm like, fuck you.
So
I hate that.
I get what
Old
you're
school reading.
I get what you're saying, Ari, is like that's part of the work is letting your mind and not being constantly distracted by work is because
It's like crops. You got to like let them be fallow for a minute.
Or
you,
like
you gotta,
recovery
or all
day.
the nutrients will be gone.
It's like a recovery day. If
Exactly.
you're-
With working out, you can't work out every day. You got to do something else.
yeah.
So recovery days are an actual day of working out. I'm taking your word for that. I haven't worked out since high school. But
It's true, but it's hard to because with working out, you're like, oh, I gotta let my muscles relax and recover because that's good.
Well,
for
you
my
do that
muscles.
all the time. You just pull your dick out everywhere.
Just
He's
falls
always
out.
got a relaxed
But-
muscle. Like,
But it's probably
right.
it is good for your brain to relax, but it's just we don't think like that.
And
in
your
society.
voice, you're blowing your goddamn voice out
I know,
now.
yeah.
yeah, and you're like, we got to do it though. Dude, so I didn't write. I was gone for 3.5 months that time, all over Southeast Asia, just having a great time. And people are like, did you write a lot of stuff? A lot of material? And I'm like, zero. I wrote like one joke about dogs having sex and getting stuck in each other, but like nothing. And then I was like, that's weird though, because I'm a comic through and through. I'm like, why am I not writing this? Because I'm not going up and I'm not connected to anybody. But as soon as I got home, I just started flooding out material because it was just like rejuvenated. It was rested and ready to go. Yeah, I mean, it's like you need to do it. It's so hard to do though. But once you do, bank some podcast episodes. That's the easiest way. We're in control of our own lives, so it's like
we've been doing that.
back again.
And our
We
goal,
talked about that,
Our
yeah.
goal actually, and we haven't talked about it, but our goal would be to take a full month off, right?
Yeah, in like summer 2022, we've been discussing like we could bank a bunch of shows and do quality shows and just release them and take a month off because, like you said, it would be better for us and better for all of us to reset and have the experiences you miss out on if you work all the time.
Right.
Because
Then you have things to
nothing
talk about too, yeah.
But with my luck, I feel like we would plan it, and then right around the time we get to go do it, then my cancer comes, and I'm having to do my treatments during that time.
Well, that'll be your fun time.
Yeah.
Tom and Sam will be out in the Ecuadorian jungle and
Yeah.
Yeah.
deal with cancer.
And then I'm getting these chemotherapies, and then I feel guilty every time I pull my phone out to look at it while I'm getting my chemo because I'm like, Ari told me to stay off my phone.
You gotta. So what I had to do is I had to reset my passwords, all the passwords, Instagram, email, all of it. I just like stomped. I like email, change your password. I just stomped on the keyboard like that. I cut and pasted that, sent it to a friend, and I said, so I don't even know it. And I said, give me that when I'm home, but I'm not even taking your email address, so I can't access it.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I like
because
that-
you want to, and then like you have to. We're powerless. We're
Yeah.
powerless against that. There's engineers trying to get us addicted. There's no chance we have. So
Yeah.
you have to like completely remove yourself from it.
Yeah, there's
But man, I'm
teams
telling
of
you, if you
people.
do it, and I know it'll be hard, and the odds are so low. If you do it though, you will be like that'll change you.
I know. I'm going to do it. All
Yeah,
right. I mean,
I'm gonna do it
you
too.
talked me
All right,
into it.
let's
That
do
and
it.
Make the
ayahuasca.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask your listeners, would they mind if you do
They
some
would,
reports so you can
Oh,
help
yeah,
your
they
life?
They're horrible people, Ari.
Yeah. They depend on us like drugs.
There's one norm. Is
The worst thing about our audience is how disfigured they are. They're
so bad.
They're so handicapped.
That's that Orlando swamp, man.
Yeah, it's gross.
There's some stuff in there.
All right, one last question, and I'm curious to how you
guys
feel.
got big listenership in Vietnam. Like, I don't know. We got leftover shit. Yeah.
So, Ari, you came up to, like, I'll say the traditional route in what most comics that we talk to, which is the grind and, like, working the door at the comedy store and, like, and just doing
our buddy
the small...
Carmen Morales is working the door at the comedy store now.
And
really?
Yeah.
What a great they talk about the SNL like camaraderie of that people, you know, like, oh, we're in this like group, but I'm like the door guys at the store. We all, Bobby Lee, Kinnison, me, Joey Diaz, like we all did it, and it's just like we all are just friendly with each other.
It's crazy.
We know what life was like.
So,
It sucked and it was great.
Yeah, speaking of that, it probably does hard ass work. It like a lot of doing shit you didn't want to do, and you know, like the grind. That's what the grind is. And then you have a portion of, like, I'll say new age social media comedians or whatever that can get popular and sell shows out.
Influencers, namely.
Influencers and things like that. Yeah. And we've talked about this a lot or whatever. And some of them have, like, you know, people talk shit and like, oh, we'll see how long they last. They're still going. So a lot of them are still going and still making money and stuff. Yep. So it's not really a fad. But there has to be a better way to do it and to hone your skills. And it seems like the way you've done it in the traditional way of doing that grind hones your comedic skills better than just getting it popular through social media and doing it that way. But I don't know, that could be an old man thing to say. I mean, maybe you could hone your skills.
Well, it depends. It depends what you're thinking of success. So like Elton John was talking about once a long time ago about all these boy bands, like back in like the Backstreet Boys days and stuff. Yeah. And like, and he was like, they're fine, but they never had like a bottle thrown at them in the middle of a set. You know, they have no heart. They've just been written for. So it's like they didn't go through that grind. So you didn't get backbone. So if you're talking about success being like, I have a draw, people will come see me, I can make money doing live performance. It's like, great. But me and Nate Bargatze talk about it. Like, not everybody wants the same stuff out of comedy as we do. And if you want to be really good, then you gotta do bad rooms. You can't perform for your audience. You can't perform for people who are like already on board. It won't give you good work. You got to perform for people who are going to walk out on you angry. Which I will get in Orlando. You think so? If I'm not getting at least 2 people walking out angry, I have not done my job.
You think so? Still, Ari, because
100%.
I feel like if they're going to your show, they know, right?
Yeah,
all right. Some people don't know, or some people bring their stupid whatever partner with them, and they're like, "What is this?"
And it's Orlando,
really
so
saying you're happy about a school shooting? What?
Yeah, and it's Orlando, so sometimes you'll just get random tourists that go to comedy shows. So
yeah, that's true.
That's happened quite a bit.
British tourists.
They go like, I'll go to comedy on a Saturday. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I wasn't the guy for you. Somebody should have warned you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he had a rainbow shirt on. It's all tiny. It looks so pretty and so happy. He's a good
he does yoga.
Guy. Yeah, he's got nice eyebrows. He does yoga, and then he's just, he's pro school shooting.
Is it always stereotypically the same type of person that walks out? I'm always curious about that.
Question, yeah.
It is a lot of, a drunk woman is a real, like, that's a real problem. They don't know how to, because I read this thing that when women drink, their testosterone goes up to a level of a man's.
I believe that.
No, that's 100% true. You should see how big my wife's dick is. Hey.
But they're not used to testosterone, so they don't know how to handle it. So they're like, shut up. Why don't you shut up? They're used to that kind of testosterone. But a man, when he drinks, his feelings go up. And men aren't used to feelings. So then they start crying. They can't handle that.
That's funny. That is true. I never even thought about that.
That's why you drink.
Dudes cry and girls get
That's right. Our tits come bigger. It's like, yeah, we just hug each other. I love you, man, so much.
Has someone ever walked out like 10 minutes before the show ended? I always wondered, like, why did I stick through
right on the laugh joke?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Those are Jews. What they're trying to do is get their money back. But yeah, that's the comedy equivalent of like, I'll send this food back. Like, there's one bite left. What do you mean you're sending it back? It was too cold. Like, because I'd eaten it for an hour.
Ari, it's been a pleasure talking to you
So
today.
fun, man. Hey,
The Twitch chat does
guys,
want-
I'm so glad Bert told me about you guys.
Oh.
He was like, those guys are awesome. You should look them up. And I was like, all right. I told the club to reach out.
Well,
but,
we
man,
appreciate
you guys
that
are fun.
because your manager reached out to us. That
Yes,
wasn't even
that's
Krista.
true.
And hey, please tell
She did
Bert
too,
thank
yeah.
you. We love Bert, even though he won't talk to us anymore. We still consider, we still tell people that he's our friend. Because I'm going to
We
say
do.
that.
Listen.
I'm going to say it till I'm dead.
You should. The heart attack's under 3 years away. So enjoy Bert Kreischer while you can.
I do. I'm like, he's still partying? Wow.
You know, I thought he
That
stopped.
cop.
I thought he
That
stopped.
guy's to the bone.
And then
He'll
COVID
never
happened, and then it was like, like I thought he had stopped.
I thought he'd get rich and get famous and then be like start getting the personal trainer and the thing and get
Yeah,
thin
yeah.
and like get into
ripped.
Now,
Yeah.
Tom did. Now, we've had
Akiberry.
Tom in multiple times. Here's a fun fact about Tom. Segura's the only person that's ever worn the Tom and Dan shirt that was gifted to it.
Oh, yeah,
Normally, the comedians, we give them the shirt and they go,
punt it in the
they
trash.
punt it in the trash.
He's worn it out.
Yeah,
He sweats a lot, so he probably went through his other shirt.
he wore it, and yeah, he was super nice about it, but nobody else has worn it. But my friend, thank you so much for the time. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, the Improv Orlando. And hey, when you get back in town sometime, if you're in here, we'd love to have you in the studio and maybe do some drugs.
1,000%.
Yeah,
let's do drugs on air, or right before air.
Drugs
And then-
on air? No, on air.
Dude,
Drugs.
let's do mushrooms next time I'm there.
All
We'll
right,
take, like,
mushroom time.
We'll meet
I'm
up
down.
beforehand.
All right.
Yeah, look at you guys. Not a moment of like, I don't know.
No. Shrooms it is.
Like, it sounds
Hey, when
sounds
you-
like a story to
when
me.
you're ex-radio guys who have done podcasts since 2009 and you have families, you do shrooms to get away from that.
That's right. That's
what you
right.
do.
That's where you live.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
Tom,
Well,
thank you so
enjoy
much, bud.
Orlando. We'll see you soon.
All right.
See you,
All
Ari.
right, man. Be good. That was cool, right?
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, nice.
The Twitch chat did want you to ask the famous "What's your worst gig?"
Oh,
question.
I thought about that. Yeah, then I was like, I thought people were tired of that.
Well,
Next
that's
time
kind
it
of
comes
why
in.
we didn't, and we alluded to it a little. It's kind of why we didn't even get into like the Kobe thing. It's just like I don't even know if you need to, right?
Also, Ari seems like a type of comedian that it doesn't like. If you pay me to be here, I'll do it. It doesn't get awkward to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah.
like immune to the
No.
awkwardness of
He is.
standing in front of some sort of business crowd trying to do jokes at a dinner or a gala. Or
But here's the
something.
things I like to point out to
Don't care.
people because you'll get the people that'll be like, well, this guy's a piece of shit. Yeah, whatever. Mm-hmm. On time, ready to go, better than most comedians we ever have on the air. I just want to say, on the time, headphones, ready to go, Wi-Fi, and gave us an hour. Okay, that's great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Because of all the jokes and the stuff. He
Well,
says,
people, because he's so caustic
controversial,
and he's
yeah.
controversial, sometimes people want to go, this guy, fuck,
I mean, like he said, like he'll
Yeah.
have a joke about mass shootings, and people find that very insensitive, and they do get offended.
yeah, and as long as he understands it, there you go. And he seems to be fully okay with it. So
Yeah. It also is weird. It'll never not be weird to me when someone's on stage doing jokes and then they say something horrible for you to take it as like he meant it. It's so weird. Like, what do you think he meant it? He meant it to be shocking.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the funny part. It's like he was able to get a reaction out of you. It's
and
like,
that's basically what he said about the Kobe tweet too.
He did make a statement about it, but I didn't think we needed it. Look, if you want to read about that, you can read about that. I figured hey, thank you for bringing up ayahuasca. That was interesting, right?
Yeah. And
Pretty damn interesting.
He got married at the Comedy Store, by the way, which I thought was funny. But then, I mean, that marriage didn't last. But I just thought it was interesting. Like,
My God, that's you.
He just started like texting his friends, like, "Hey, I'm getting married at the Comedy Store tomorrow. Come to come to my wedding."
See, I'd love to talk about that. Has he I've never, I've seen him on Rogan a bunch of times. I've never really. I don't have time to listen to podcasts. I listen to your podcast. I don't have time. Like, we do so many podcasts, I don't have time to listen to them.
Yeah.
But I'd love to hear about his first marriage and why that ended and all that.
Yeah, that
He's I find the
know.
guy interesting.
Yeah.
I find it very interesting.
He was like super orthodox for a long time. He didn't get
Yeah.
into comedy till he was way older.
Interesting.
Well, next time he comes to Orlando, we'll have him in the studio for sure.
Indeed, and maybe this will help us get Bert Kreischer back on the air. I think it will.
Yeah.
I think that'll get back to. I love Bert. Man, Bert always does us right. Always does us right.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We're going to jump into your emails here. And if you'd like to leave us a voicemail, and I check these in the morning, almost every morning, you can call our number, 1-844-TOM DAN. That's 1-844-TOM, the letter N, Dan. Or you can get our free app. We have a smartphone app for Android and iOS. Totally free. All of our content's on there. You can sign up to be a BDM member. That helps to supplement the show. You're paying for extra shows and events and all kinds of new stuff that we want to do. And yeah, you can find out all of that information at tomanddan.com.
First email.
Yes, sir.
All right. This is interesting because this person wrote an email to us, but it's for Zach from Ohio. So hopefully Zach is listening.
Well, this is how people communicate now.
Yeah.
Like if you have a message,
Through podcast.
Yeah, if you have a message that you would like for us to deliver to your favorite regular of our
If
podcast,
you have a shout out.
yeah, send us the email. We'll read it and give it to that person. Here's the only catch. In order for that person to reply to you, they must also send us an email that we can audibly reply on the show so you'll hear what's going on.
Okay.
That's how we're doing it.
Your coworker could have just as easy went on their phone at McDonald's and paid through Apple Pay on their McDonald's app. If I'm not mobile ordering, I use my watch to pay for everything, but I have a credit card in my wallet just in case. Hope you're keeping tabs. Because remember, Zach's, I believe, coworker said he didn't have his card on him, or he didn't have cash on him, or something, and their card was down.
Well,
As
no,
the
and
Apple
was
Pay
down.
didn't work,
He
and
said
that's all he had.
his Apple Pay,
that's what it was.
Yeah, he said the Apple Pay was down, so it wouldn't matter whether you had. You would have to actually have your card in this case.
Well, he said if you have your McDonald's app, which, by the way,
Which
if
is
you
on your phone.
if you have a McDonald's app, it's sad. I'm sorry. It's
There's only one
I'm gonna-
explanation. Okay, now hold on.
I'm not shaming anybody, but McDonald's should be eaten in shame.
But you need to slow your roll a little bit. There are only two people that use the McDonald's app. One, yes, is the classic Chungus. Okay? Goes without saying, everybody knows that.
yeah.
But two is Andrea Dennis.
Cheapos, yeah.
My wife,
you get the deals.
the cheapo, has every app for every company because not only does she get things cheaper, but she can online order and then swing through and pick it up, which she prefers to do.
But-
she is a psychopath.
But not with the McDonald's app.
Yes.
Right? With the McDonald's app?
If I'm lying, I'm dying. Samantha, you talk to my wife, you guys side chicks, the whole nine. My wife has never, ever not ordered her McDonald's Happy Meals for Maisie on her phone and then just swings through. And she'll drive through. I've been with her. It's weird. You drive up to the window and she'll go, "We ordered online. My number is 16. And the lady will be like, drive around. We'll bring it right out. We drive up and the lady brings it out. We never order.
Well, it seems about the same amount of time, right? Is it if you just went through the drive-thru, then ordered through the
Is
app?
that how they use their mobile? You have to go through the drive-thru?
You don't have to.
Oh.
You can, or you can run inside. You can do either.
Oh,
Well,
I thought it was like Wawa where you can just go back on the app and say, I'm here, and tell them what spot you're in.
You can do both.
Oh.
You,
Well, that's faster.
Yeah, you can do both. You can go inside and get your drink. You can go inside and get your food. You do whatever, as long as but they're preparing it in a different area, I guess.
I guess it seems like no advantage because fast food is so fast that it's like, what if,
Not if there's a line.
True.
If you pre-order for a certain amount of time, they're going to have your food ready at that time.
Yeah, like her stuff's always ready. So my wife uses it to get back fast. So what she'll do, like she does it for everything. Pizza.
Don't you have to wait in the line of customers that are already there?
She wouldn't get in line if there was a huge line. You see what I'm saying? Like if there's a huge line, she'll park and go inside.
Well, but even if you go inside, you still have to wait in the line for...
I don't think I
normally.
would assume that they would have it down like Wawa does, where you just park in a spot, you tell them you're there, and just like a grocery store pickup, you just park in your spot, you go on the app, you say I'm here, you tell them what color car you're in and what spot you're in, and they bring it to you.
Or you
it's
go in.
It's not a line; it's a whole separate order.
Or you go in and there's a little area and you just
Like a
walk up
pickup,
to it,
yeah.
and then either
Online
your thing
pickup.
is sitting there, or you tell them I'm order 16,
Just like
and they hand it
Publix,
to you. Yeah.
Where have you been? Get with the times,
I mean,
Tom.
look, I don't do it
Ah.
either, so I can't fully explain what she's doing. To me, it's magic. I just benefit
Yeah.
from it, but I don't do it. I just use I don't do any of that. I just drive through and order
Yeah.
at the box and then drive up to the window and pay, and then the next window I get my food. I'm old school there. I got cable,
Yeah.
for Christ's sake. I'm just saying what she does.
Anyway, I just... the McDonald's app, it's one of those things where... Listen, I eat McDonald's every once in a while in a
I eat
pinch.
McDonald's
but
like once a year.
I'm all... Yeah.
I did
like,
it on the way back from Fest this year. That was about
and like
it.
when it's, if
I
you're
never eat it.
hungover, if it's an emergency,
Yeah,
or
it was
whatever.
an emergency.
But every time I'm shamed by it, and I say
Never
never
again.
again.
Yeah, same.
And I'm never even like it used to be. Where we'll never be sponsored by McDonald's, so it doesn't matter. It used to be where it was like a tasty treat, but now even I eat it, I'm like, this is not even. It's gross. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
This guy hates flavor.
It's not gross.
It's
not good.
the ingredients are horrible.
Okay,
Like, I love a McRib. I know it's trash
This
food.
guy wants to perpetuate to everybody some sort of Seth Petz's Deadly
Look at
Birdseed
this
health
health
guy.
monster.
I take one bite of a hamburger from McDonald's and I'm repulsed. My taste buds hate.
Come on, it's delicious.
No,
It's all sodium. It's great.
But if I was gonna eat a cheeseburger, I'd eat a cheeseburger from.
Well, of
I'm trying to
course,
think-
from a good restaurant like
Yeah,
a Ravenous Pig
like-
hamburger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
like
Big
the-
Mac is
that's-
good.
yeah.
good.
So it's not it's the cheese, it's the quality of it. I guess is gross.
I like it. I don't eat it, but man, Maisie sure loves it. Oh God.
Oh yeah.
I think she'd
It's like
choose
crack.
I think she'd choose McDonald's over anything.
It's just straight carb, sugar, salt.
Yeah, they even put sugar on the fries.
Yep.
There's
That's the
no
secret.
nutritional value
Oh,
whatsoever.
it's terrible.
There, yeah.
It's even their and I'm glad they're getting rid of the plastic
like-
toys.
Then you're like, oh, you feel disgust though after you eat it. You're like, oh God.
It's the one food, even over Taco Bell, that blows me up. McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like, even over Taco Bell.
Trash.
Yeah. What else you got, Sam?
Okay. What's on your fridge? Hello to the strongest stream in Orlando.
Yes, finally somebody knows.
Just wondering if anyone on the show has things on their fridge in the kitchen. Maybe a picture from Tommy of dragonflies dancing or magnets of places traveled to. Maybe y'all have a whiteboard with squawks from a crow, or perhaps it's just your own magnets. Thanks, crew. TD Friday changed my life.
Aw, this is a good question. I
I
love...
have a lot of magnets. I do have a couple pictures of other people's kids. That's about it.
That's a bold move for you. I'm proud of you. Have other people's kids up there. I don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You don't strike me as being warm enough.
You give me your kid's school picture, I'll put it on my fridge.
Okay, I'll do that. I will do that.
I don't really have anything on my fridge.
Nothing? Bare
That's
fridge?
That's good.
It's it's
That's
a bare
good.
fridge.
I support that.
We started with like when Crystal got the kids' report cards one time. She's like, let's put them up on the fridge because that's what you do
Yeah, that's
in
what
the
you do.
movies or
Yeah.
whatever. They're like, ah, look at this. And then, but my sons didn't seem to care that much,
Yeah.
so we just never did again. They never
What
asked.
about like
and
drawings and stuff?
They have like an art table and stuff.
You only hang
What
up,
about
like,
their
the
school pictures? Where do those go?
frame?
And hung up or
Yeah, or like sitting on like the the light table next to the. Everybody has that like living room table that has a lamp on it next to your TV, and then I have like a picture of Maisie there.
I don't even know where they go because I never see them, and I think they just go. Crystal orders them every. We spend hundreds of dollars every
Oh
single
my
time.
And you
God.
file them, yeah,
and
you
then,
file them.
and then it just
You
gets
put 'em in the
filed
trash file.
under trash or whatever,
Yeah.
like in some drawer that we never see.
When
But
you
they
die-
don't get put up anywhere.
When you die, one of your sons will liquidate the contents of your home, much like I did, and sell everything so they can buy a jet ski.
Did you get a jet ski?
No, not yet. I'm still shopping.
It's
I
those.
have Tom and Dan magnets, Semantics, all the podcasts around, all their magnets.
Okay, I have a
Mo magnets, just call Mo.
I have a hybrid of something I hate. Like I support everything you're doing with your refrigerator, Tom. The fact that your refrigerator is purely clean with nothing stuck on there. That's the way a refrigerator should be. Especially if it's a shiny, nice, brushed aluminum. I know you upgraded the appliances. You just recently remodeled your kitchen. And it should not have anything on it. It shouldn't even have fingerprints on it. It should look like a showroom.
Well, that's where
That's what I want.
Ours is dirty.
That's what I want. But what I have is a brushed aluminum refrigerator that has fingerprints all over it and sticky hands all up and down the handles. And then the side of my refrigerator is the only part of my refrigerator that will take magnets. The front of it is like some weird brushed aluminum with like a plastic coating on it to keep fingerprints. It's supposedly supposed to. It's smudge proof. No, it's not.
Magnets don't stick.
Magnets don't stick. So my wife and daughter can only use the side. And so they've decided to take every magnet we own and every piece of trash that she draws and stick it to the side of our refrigerator. So the whole side of our refrigerator is just magnets and trash.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
But
But I've given it to God. You got to pick your battles, right? And I learned that from you. I used to go in there, take all the trash down, take all the magnets down, and then they just get back up there.
oh yeah. They'll
So
put 'em back
finally
on.
I got to the point where I'm just like, if you guys want this place that I work so hard to earn money for to look like a trashville, that's fine. I give up.
We let our sons decorate their doors or their bedrooms, so their whole door
Yeah,
from
like
top
they're on
to
a
bottom.
like they're on
With
a cruise.
what though? Like tax?
with their own pictures, stickers.
But how are you hanging it up there? Oh, you got
the
stickers
sticker-
on the
Oh
door?
yeah. It's never coming off.
You know,
Like,
I-
we're gonna have
man.
to.
You know what's
Replace the
funny?
door.
Yeah.
This is a funny thing that's stuck in my brain forever. When I would go to other friends' houses for sleepovers, most of my friends would have like a sticker or like the remnants of a sticker that was pulled off too fast and it just that paper. And I would go, oh my God, they're so trashy. Because my dad would my dad would slap my face off if I did that. My dad would have killed me if I stuck a sticker on my door.
He's a dentist. So we
No,
the
we don't do
remnants
that.
of a sticker.
Yeah, you'd leave it nice. You know, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I can get that paper off of there. Why are you leaving that? Why are you
Man.
getting sticky stuff
so
on the
many
door?
holes in the wall.
Oh,
from
yeah, my dad
tacks
would have
and
killed me if I did that.
Stickers and writing on the wall.
I like that you do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, it's just a
where
door. Who cares?
They started it, and then
Can't stop. Won't stop.
then it's like I don't care what you put on your door or whatever.
Now, what if it was something?
It looks trashy though.
What if it was something inappropriate?
like what?
Oh, like a swastika or something.
I mean, that's a whole different story.
I mean, do you look at any of the stuff? Like, do you limit what can be up there? Like, if let's say Tommy
No.
puts a picture of Lizzo up there, you pull that down, or
I guess as they get older, they'll start putting different
like
things,
Reef sandal ad from Surfer Magazine.
Yeah. I mean,
If you're 45, you know what I'm
They're
talking
gonna find
about.
a Trulieve sticker and put it on the door.
they have
Maisie
Tom
already
and Dan
found some
stickers.
Trulieve stickers. That's funny.
It'll happen.
Yeah, but anyway,
Maisie drank her milk out of my my Nook on Robinson glass that has the F word on it.
It's
Horrible.
fine.
I guess.
Milk does the body good.
Yeah, it does. Makes her strong.
let's
Next
do a
email.
voicemail.
Our voicemail?
Or,
Okay, hold on. Let me get one. We got some bunches of voicemails, buddy. Bunches of them coming through crazy on the old 1844 number. Let's go with this one right here. This is for Sam.
Hey, this one's for Sam. You guys were just talking about the cheeseburger egg rolls at Magic Kingdom for the Frontierland. Just went there yesterday on the 8th, and they are back.
Okay, cheeseburger egg rolls are back. Please
They're
don't.
at Adventureland.
Yeah, don't stand next to a generator when you leave messages, people.
But here's the thing. They don't open that booth till like 2 p.m. and I'm gone by then. Every time I've gone there, it's not open. But one of these days, I'm going to get him.
So,
one of these days.
cheeseburger egg roll. How does
They
that
have
work?
cheeseburger egg rolls. They have like pizza egg rolls.
The roll is just a fried bread of some sort.
It's like an egg wrap.
Yeah, it's fried though, right? Yeah,
It's like
deep
a
fried.
wrap that's deep fried, right?
It's like a wonton paper.
And you just put chopped.
Yep,
Yeah.
chopped beef and cheese.
Okay, so is it intermingled or is it like, for instance, when we make a cheeseburger sub? I can only make sub references. That's the only food
That's fine.
experience I've ever
That's
had.
fine. The sub is the Americanized larger egg roll.
We cook 2 cheeseburgers, right? You cook the burger and you put the cheese on, then you cut them in half, and then you lay basically 4
That's trash.
halves on the sub. That was the cheeseburger sub
This
from
sounds
Substance.
delicious. I'm in.
I mean, no.
That
no,
sounds,
they chop it up and they mix it together.
I like what he's saying. I like having a long burger.
That's a hot dog burger.
Dude, long burger. No, it's called a long burger.
Well, it's a cheeseburger sub.
It's the
you
Tom
know.
Van Long burger. Daddy Long burger.
Like cutting the actual burger meat up and then infusing the cheese. That's kind of like a cheese steak,
yeah,
right?
that's like a loose meat sandwich at that point. You can't
Yeah, yeah.
chop it.
Yeah. That would be more like a ground beef sub, right? Like
Yeah.
ground beef and cheese, or some sort of like a hamburger helper sub.
Minus noodles.
That sounds amazing.
It's like a
Isn't it-
low carb hamburger helper.
I'm gonna make
sub.
a hamburger helper sub.
Isn't that what the hamburger helper is? It's just like ground
beef. Mhm.
Yeah,
like
cheese and noodles. That's it.
Brown-
Depends which flavor you get.
I make
You pour cheese sauce
homemade
on it.
hamburger helper.
It's not
and
sauce. It's powder. You add
Yeah.
water.
Well, I
Okay.
make it from scratch. I use real cheese. It's way better. But yes, theirs is just powdered up.
Delicious.
Powder and a little bit of
Sodium.
cornstarch to thicken it up, make it all gooey.
Next email.
Oh, okay. Story time winning radio contests. I wanted to throw some credibility towards Tom's theory about the show and steady death of terrestrial radio.
I have the video companion to this too if you need it.
Yesterday, my sister randomly sent her family a video of her car radio and the stereotypical voice of a middle American top pop station disc jockey. The station runs a contest each day where they play a sound clip not of a song that might play on their station, but a random Foley-style sound. And if you call in and guess correctly, you win fabulous prizes. I feel like I remember this contest from back in the day. My sister called in and guessed correctly and won. Here's the radio is dead part. My sister called in and got through 3 consecutive times. Guessed wrong on the first two and won on the third try.
Oh my God, she's the only lady playing.
Yep. Back in the day, you couldn't get through on a drive time radio contest, even if you knew exactly when to call and you had the number on speed dial. Needless to say, it was easy for her to win a major pop station because nobody's listening to the radio and definitely nobody is calling. P.S. I attached the video. The sound was a cardboard box, and the prize was tickets to see DaBaby in concert.
Yeah, those are good tickets, dude.
To which my millennial soccer mom sister said, "Who the F is DaBaby? Take it easy and stay dry." I thought he got canceled.
No, he just got in a little trouble, but he's the baby's fine. I feel like. Here's the video, Tom. You'll love this.
All right.
Sent to us from Middle American listener.
Has proven to be pretty tough again, but we were playing for tickets to go see DaBaby in January at Municipal Auditorium. Hi.
Hi, is it someone opening a box?
It is someone opening a cardboard box. That is exactly what it is.
Oh my God.
What's your name?
Katie.
Katie, was it easier or harder than yesterday?
It was harder than yesterday.
Man, I just feel like I'm stumping you guys this week. I'm gonna have to.
That's the kind of content you're missing out on right now. That's what you're missing.
What's entertaining?
We need more trivia.
It's someone opening a cardboard box. You're right.
Hey.
You ever wonder what a cardboard box
I'm
is?
really stumping you guys this week.
Let me ask you a hard-hitting question. Was it easier this week or harder this week?
Have you ever wondered what the top 10 places that the Americans want to live? Tune in next. Top 10 cities.
Daytona Beach came in at number 3.
Top 10 party colleges.
What?
What do you think it is? Stinky.
Daniel, with your weather. Let me give him the weather. Let me give him the weather, please. Write down more trivia. We got to get Trivia Drew in here stat.
But it makes sense though, because it evolved where radio came from a time where you were filling time, right? It's like there's nothing else to listen to.
Oh my
There's
God,
just
dude, that's our show name. You're Phil and Time.
And so
Phil and Time.
It was like, what content fills time? Well, all this other, these things fill time.
I'm
so
Phil Time.
Let's do that. And then now we live in a world where things are on demand. So it's like, what do you want to consume? So that's where I'm still like, how does the fill time content exist simultaneously with the you could listen to whatever you want content? And I guess it just comes with people.
Free will is, even to activate free will there's still activation there, right?
Because
I passive take in audio. I'll walk in here and just sit in nothing. I could put on a podcast or music that I like, but I don't, right?
I'll be the first to admit the most emails I've gotten in years and I forgot that this was even running, but when I was in Colorado, all of a sudden I got more than a dozen emails of like, radio listener here, only listen to radio listener here. And I forgot I must have been screaming, email me if you still listen to only terrestrial radio. I forgot. We recorded that so early that it happened on Monday. And
but I only released it to podcast.
I look and I had like 14 new emails and I was like, oh my God, what went wrong? Like my first thought was something happened, we cursed on air or something happened. But it was just people like, I listen to radio listener here, still listen to radio. And it was 14 people in one day. And I was like, that's a good amount.
Anytime you text me out of the blue, immediately I get a spike of dopamine and anxiety, and I get like lightheaded, pass out because I'm like, oh, that's it, it's done, or it's happened.
Like, I do that on purpose now.
Yeah, whenever it'll be like a Thursday afternoon at 2:30, and I'll be, oh God, it's happening, and then I'll open it up, and he'll be like, hi, you're good for the pizza party thing, right? I'm like, yeah, that's fine, and then.
And there's still people, my wife is like this. She's wired where if you give her too many choices, she shuts down. So she just wants to turn on the radio because she doesn't want to be given the choice of what to listen to because she can't make a decision. And some people
sometimes
just put it on a channel and on Spotify and hit shuffle.
So sometimes there's too many choices.
Better music options.
Well, she does that.
Yeah.
So sometimes there are too many choices for your wife, and then she just settles on something.
She doesn't want to choose because she can't.
She's choosing a radio station in her car.
But she just wants nonsense or whatever.
How did she choose you?
I mean, she does this at drive-thrus or at restaurants where if she gets presented with a menu and she doesn't know what she wants yet, it's hard for her to make a decision. Her mom's like that too. It's like some genetic thing that she has where she doesn't want a bunch of choices.
Yeah,
because she doesn't want the responsibility of
Cheesecake Factory
choosing
is hard.
what she wants.
It's hard for me.
Yeah.
Like, I hate going there. There's too many things.
Easier because she's vegetarian, so she only has a limited amount. But so she doesn't want. She never knows what to download. Like when we go on a trip, she doesn't know what podcast or book to download. She can't make it. I'm like, I'm giving her options. I'm like, this one's good. This one's good. And she's like, I don't know.
That happens to me sometimes.
How does she do with Netflix? Like the screen?
Oh, the worst. She can't.
It's hard.
Oh yeah. I
have
can
trouble
never
with that too.
Yeah.
I have trouble with that that's becoming a thing for me on YouTube. I'll go to YouTube and like obviously there's endless things to watch on there, like great stuff, like really good shows and
Yeah,
stuff.
but then it's too much, overwhelming.
It is too much because then I'll start scrolling through all of it and I'll find the stuff that's curated and really good, but then that's also mixed in with the stuff that's not really good, but that still has a place in my mind that needs to be watched, like guy falling off building or Russian guy shooting AK. Like I don't know, there's all kinds of stuff I want to watch.
We also don't give it enough time. Like if it's not good enough, we know since there's a million other alternatives, we jump. Like I'll do that too. I'll start watching something on YouTube.
I'll dedicate to watch something stupid. I'm like, well, I picked it. I'm watching it.
See, that's good.
Yeah.
That's what you should do. You should once you pick
I watched
it,
an
you should
entire
watch it through.
TV series that was terrible because I'm like, we started
What was it?
Under the Dome.
Oh yeah, you said that was.
I don't have enough discipline.
I forced myself.
I'll jump ship or immediately like boring, go and like do something else. Now a movie, I'll give it time because I'm like, all right, this is a movie, but like a show or a segment, I'm like,
I'll end with this because I know we got to get out of here. But I do something that drives Andrea crazy, or probably drive you guys crazy. If we're watching a show, Squid Game, and you think you figured out the ending of it, I will leave the show. I will just be like, I figured it out. And if I confirm it and I'm right, if there's any point of validation where I used my mind without knowing, truly, because if I didn't, I'll be honest, I'm not going to lie about it. But if I think I figured it out and it's going to play out that way, I can't watch it. I'm like, I'm out.
What's weird is you'll read the ending of movies and watch it later. Yeah, so like in movies,
there's no rhyme or reason to it. I don't. It's literally case by case. But I will do that.
Makes sense.
And it drives Andrea crazy. We'll be watching a sporting event. You know, and she'll be like, well, they could come back. You know, they could do. I'm like, no, I've already figured this out. I know what's going to happen here. I'm out. And you do that. And I hate when you do that. And I do it.
Yeah. Like I know, like you don't know what's going to happen.
I know.
You got to see it out.
I know. It's all. Look, we're all just big hypocrites trying to die.
Although when Atlanta was losing or winning 28-3 that Super Bowl,
I knew that.
You did say like they still could lose. I'm like, no way. Anyway, you were right.
Yeah.
Bye. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan.
Sofa and Suds this Sunday starts at 2. I'd get there a little early because everybody kind of posts up where they want to watch, the races from. But there's no really bad seats because the races go in all directions.
It's sort of like Sanford's Tour de France, where you see the couches are entering the countryside. They go over the wheat fields and down through the Arc de Triomphe. And through the city of Grand Paris, except it's Sanford.
Completely free. Of course, there's plenty of alcohol, food trucks, family friendly.
Yes,
you
indeed.
can bring your pets. Just come out and hang out, like chill out and watch the Sofa and Suds.
We do ask that you try not to bring your cooler down there and not help out the people that are selling the beverages and food. But saying, like we're all still, I like to think of it like this. Instead of looking at it from the standpoint of, look at it from the standpoint of, I'm going to help out some of these great Sanford vendors. I'm going to eat local. I'm going to drink local. And that way I'm helping my community. And that way Sofa and Suds returns. That's the way I look at it.
It costs money to close the streets, to get the permits, all the security, all that stuff costs money.
And Triplet's not the mayor anymore. We don't have the hookup. So
buy a beer from Cellar City when you're there.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Look at it. Just flip the switch, right? You got to flip the switch on it, make it positive.
And me and Daniel host the whole thing, so we basically just make jokes about it the whole time.
Yeah, I mean it's an extremely easy day for us.
So Butler brought this in on Monday, and so
it's weird that he would bring in his penis pump and then ask us to sign it. I don't know why you'd want us to sign that.
So what is this?
Charity auction.
Charity
It's
auction.
good for the kids.
What is this, Butler?
So this is a TENS unit. This specific unit is called a TENS 3000.
TENS 3000.
Muscle stimulation and just for active recovery.
So basically, and a lot of people have seen this, it's like what are those things called that they usually put on your heart or whatever to like a medical,
like the little EKG stickies.
Yeah, sticky. What is that? What's the
Yeah,
medical term
the
for
sick
it?
people stickies.
Medical sticky.
Yeah, these are stickers for fat people.
A firefighter buddy of mine one time said that. No, I can't even.
Oh, I know what they're talking about. Hey, you want to put on those electro pasties. All right.
Anyway, so this is made to send an electrical current to the sticky to stimulate the muscle underneath.
Correct. Yeah. So if you have any injuries, it helps blood flow and just get the muscle moving and getting. I don't know the rest.
You been fighting with your wife? Why are you hoarse? You been screaming at her, bro?
Yeah, we be fighting.
So
we be fighting.
You know, it's weird. Like we've seen these before, where like someone's sitting there and they're electrocuting their thighs, and it's just stimulating the muscles.
The muscles are firing.
They're like, I'm getting gains, bro.
But that's what I was going to ask you. Like, it doesn't work for muscle growth, does it? Or everybody would be like,
no,
no,
it's not for muscle growth.
I think that would they know that we have limited knowledge of the human body. So I believe they know that it doesn't gain growth, right? Or there's no gains there. But I think that they leave that alone so we will still believe it. Because, yes, I feel like I'm with you. Like, I've seen people wearing it before, and I'm like, yeah, well, of course that guy's pumping his muscles with the electricity. Now, I fully am not injecting any bit of truth or knowledge into that. I'm just saying what I think I see, right?
Well, the way...
I've been...
no.
We all got
passing
it.
it on.
I think we all got it. This is how Corona starts, right? Yeah.
Why I don't, like, if it did actually make muscles grow or, like, stimulate muscle growth, like, because it's a lazy way to work out,
my wife
right?
would be wearing one on her chest right now. Pump those things up.
But it makes sense that it would, because it's basically just firing your muscles, and then, like, that should cause them
It's
to
the
have
same thing I'm
spinal-
doing right now, right? When I'm twitching my muscles, like,
Yeah. And that, even if you do it yourself, that's proven to you gain strength, right?
Is it called isokinetic?
I don't
Something
know.
like that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's like
I'll say yes.
It's like where it's not where you're literally pushing or pulling, but you're activating. They use that term a lot in fitness. They're like, you don't want to like push or pull here. All you want to do is just gently activate the muscle.
It would be the same as if your brain, exactly like you said, you just tensed your bicep. Your brain's sending the electrical, information to your bicep to tense it, and this is just stimulating it by putting an outside source of electricity to your muscle, which still makes it replicate the same thing your brain would do, right?
Now, exactly. Now, can you injure yourself, Butler, with a TENS unit?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I mean,
could you burn yourself?
You couldn't really burn yourself, but what you can do, just like you can with a heavy electric shock, you can cause your body to spin into rhabdo, which is where your muscles start kind of breaking down themselves.
Ooh.
When people die of electric shock, their body goes into a rhabdo state, and their muscles start like eating themselves. But with too much of that, but this doesn't have that much power. This is only powered by a couple AA batteries. I mean, there are larger ones that you can do some.
What's the biggest rhabdo we can get?
Well, you can get a taser, which I've used before. So anyway, Butler explained to us with this TENS machine
unit, call it a unit,
that you can replicate certain things. For instance, women's menstrual cramps and labor.
Yeah, I was seeing this going around. That's on my TikTok algorithm, where all these girls are hooking up their guys to these machines, and then Butler brought up that he had one, so I'm like, we got to do it.
And
we're doing it, aren't we?
And it was like the
so I guess it's not that boring.
Well, I'm the one who wanted to do it.
I'm just like, oh God, I only look at mounds and yoga on TikTok, if you know what I mean.
Now I'm gonna do the opposite of what I've learned through years traditional radio wants, which is...
Oh, you're just going to try to, like, beat it?
Well, yeah, because I want to show how tough I am.
Okay.
And
I do like the idea of you beating it and just standing there and you're like, just doing nothing. There you go. Was that great radio, or should we have done trivia?
Because
I like that.
In old radio days, of course...
Put on a show.
Butler hooks this up to me. I'm like, yeah! Over-exaggerating how bad it is, and they're like,
it's the must-listen radio. It's like you pull up, right? You pull up at your insurance agency, and you're like, hold on, I got to stay in my car. This guy,
the stunt shark, he'll be back in a minute. They got him hooked up to a TINS unit. He's going to pretend to have a baby. Oh, my God. Big Frog's done it again. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm Big Frog.
And he's screaming.
Yeah, oh, God. Oh, did you hear Big Frog this morning? They hooked up the intern shark boy to a TINS unit. Oh, they shocked his teeth right off.
Yeah, Big Fatso laughed and laughed.
You know what? I put the code word out there. The code word was coffee. I won $1,000. Everything's coming up daisies today.
So I have witnessed twice a woman give birth, not actually looking at it, but like
it's crazy that you've had two and you've never seen it.
Well, we're actually doing menstrual cramps, not labor cramps.
No, let's go labor. Jack
you
that thing up
labor?
to labor.
I mean, we'll fire it up. We'll crank it up.
Put it on
I've been giving max 10. Whatever.
We're taking it to 11.
Yeah. Give me.
Give him breech birth with a baby dies. Give him that one. Oh, that was sad too. That was like you put the TINS unit on your eyes, it makes you cry.
And so my point being is what I witnessed was a human being, my wife, going through the most.
My wife, very nice.
The most pain I've ever seen a human go through. And I say that I've seen humans break
it's the
their
most
legs.
Pain that she's gone through.
Like I've broken my leg, and I've smashed. Okay, I would say the most painful injury I've ever had was on a 3-wheeler in which I ran into a stump with my toes, basically bending the foot peg, which is pure steel, into a 90-degree angle, and it basically just crushed all my toes between the stump and the foot peg of a 3-wheeler, and basically I broke every toe and like shattered one thing. Now you would say that
when your feet look like that, it's called Alabama house shoes.
And you would
when
say
you got gnarled toes. That's what it's called.
Sounds painful, but the problem is I instantly went into shock.
Yeah.
My body was fighting, would basically put me into a state where I basically didn't feel anything. Now,
and you've never come out of it. You're still in the shock right now.
No, when I got to the hospital, it started to hurt, but then they shot me with painkillers.
How old were you?
And I was 15. So
those are the sweet years.
God, to be on painkillers at 15.
So that's when I got addicted, and then the whole
and then
the
here
back,
we are. Look at this career. Started at the bottom. Now we're here.
I wear a back brace.
Yep.
Anyway, so anybody with a back brace, back brace has been addicted to pain pills or is right now.
I like it when they wear it to take a shower. It's like they're nude, but just a black Velcro.
But my point being is that it wasn't that bad because of the shock and then the pain pills. My wife had to go through this horrible experience where seemingly there was no help until, she got the epidural.
I see what you did there.
And then, of course, with the epidural, it was better, but the labor looked awful. And it looked like something I couldn't even replicate, even with the TINS machine.
We can try.
The TikTok thing that has been going around was the menstrual cramps. And maybe we should start with menstrual cramps. And now explain to me what
even
that is.
Appeared to be very painful for these
What
guys.
is this bit called? Now, do you look at the camera when you do this? Do you go, hey, what's up, TikTok? This is called Gramps versus Cramps.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Is that what you do? I meant no disrespect by that.
So, what are menstrual cramps?
Why is everyone looking at me like I'm a damn
we don't
doctor?
have them.
I'm not going to look at Butler. He don't get them.
So, I'll tell you what I
don't
think.
know what they're. It's when your uterus is whacking against your stomach or something, right?
So
it's something contracted. It's like it's like hunger pains for your butt.
Is it
laying an egg?
Your uterus cramping to emulate what it would do if you had a baby?
Like contractions.
Contractions? It's like mini contractions?
Yes, it is. It's contractions in the uterus.
Which is a muscle. To move the egg.
That flushes the egg out, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're basically giving birth to lining an egg.
It's like when I slide. It's like when I slide.
It's gross.
It's the same. You got to picture this. It's like when I slide a tennis ball down a tube sock and tie a knot in it for my dog. That's what you're doing. Tennis ball, egg. So tube sock, uterus, skinching it.
So basically, menstrual cramps on level 100 is what happens when you're giving birth. Is that?
I don't think so.
Right?
No, I think cramps are separate, and I don't think she can answer that.
Yeah,
obviously.
I've never.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I'm just saying. No, but biologically,
it's not even close.
You'd have to take a segment of women and see for Andrea. Now I'm being serious. Her cramps are really, really bad. So I'm gonna guess that my wife would say that childbirth was bad, but her worst cramps put her like down.
So her menstrual cramps are worse than childbirth?
It's a different animal. I'm not saying it's worse than, but it's prolonged and it's just
because it lasts a week.
It's like a heavy soreness. Like it'll put her out, dude. If she doesn't have pain medicine,
it's bad.
Yeah, it's real bad. In labor though, it was
pain pills.
She knew there wasn't. No, they only give her it's like big
naproxen.
Naproxen. Yep, she knows.
But essentially, what I'm trying to figure out is that it's the cramps are coming from the same place.
Yes.
Probably.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
the uterus, yes.
Yeah. So
meterus.
So this would be
if it's somebody else's, it's a uterus. If it's yours, it's a meterus.
And I'm just trying to flesh it out here.
Yeah.
And the cramping is your muscles contracting or like the uterus contracting, and that would be emulated with my muscles in the same area contracting, giving me a similar feeling, but impossible to get the exact feeling because I have no uterus.
Correct.
Yeah, we'd have to like put a uterus in you and then probably put the TENS machine on the uterus.
Well, how close
and
is
then
it?
Zap that.
For instance, have they ever tested this with a woman that has like a hysterectomy who used to have cramps, and then they put this on her, and then she could say like, yes, this feels similar to when I had cramps.
You know what? They probably have never done that, so
I'm
this
sure
whole
they
thing is
haven't.
probably garbage. No, I'm going to guess that they haven't done that. I don't think they've done that. I honestly can't see a scenario where the guys doing the research are like, wait a minute,
Let's
before
make sure
we do
this
anything.
is authentic.
Before we do anything, let's get a lady in here. No, I don't know if they've done that.
I imagine
they may have.
Well, now these
I don't
TENS
know how
units
to answer
have
that.
helped with women's cramping, though. So this is like an aid to women who have really bad cramping. This will like almost stop it.
Well, hold on.
They counteract?
Counteract, yeah. There's a whole.
So two cramps make a non.
Two cramps don't make a.
That's just what I read online.
Two cramps.
I've never heard that.
Bear with me. That's
if you don't have if you have cramps and you add more artificial cramps to it, cramps go away.
Yeah.
Almost like a muscle ache after you go to the gym.
All right.
So
we'll try it out.
Oh man.
Because what I'm trying to.
A woman in the chat says she has no uterus, but she still has cramps when she ovulates. So
no, that's phantom pain. So you got a ghost uterus.
Yeah.
Okay, so so is that right? Yeah, I'm
ghost of uterus bowl
because
a polter uterus
before
uterus geist.
Because I'd like to give the most accurate.
We're already way past accuracy.
Well, because if
I mean, you can do it to me. Is that what you're asking? You want me to do it?
What are we doing?
You want to know if it's inaccurate to menstrual cramps, and I'm the only one here who has had menstrual cramps. This is just him tasing me, bro. He's been waiting to tase me, bro.
Don't be zapping Sam.
This was all a setup. This was my idea to get Tom, and he's trying to get me back.
He's flipping it on you.
No, because
see what best friends do to you?
Because
that's your new best friend.
I have
bro.
no friends here.
Here's what's unfair: if what I do, if what I'm thinking, what I'm about to do is what I'm about to do. Is I put this on.
Write that down.
Okay, hold on.
I put this on my pappus, and then Butler.
You don't really have a pappus. You got a V. I'm afraid if we start zapping you, you're gonna get a. Yeah, this guy could be unstoppable Terminator.
If that happens, I gotta leave.
He's unstoppable Terminator, and then we have to all run out of here.
Turn it up, Butler.
You put it on my pappus, and then you start shocking me, and then I'm gonna.
And then you become like the Shocker, Wes Craven.
And I'm gonna say not that bad because.
Well, you're gonna say that even if it is, though.
Yeah, because you blood.
Can you pinky swear to us that you're gonna tell the truth?
I will tell you the truth.
But you have a high pain tolerance because you don't feel pain because you don't notice.
That's
pain.
true. You have an open wound on your heel.
I mean, I have a high pain tolerance, but I notice things. He has a high pain tolerance too, but he doesn't notice things.
Yeah.
The pappus is very sensitive, though.
See, mine, I get a lot of zits on mine, and I pop them crazy, man. I'm scarred down there. My
they call him Zitty Pappas.
No, they do not. No, they don't. They call me Seal because it's just scar tissue down there.
So
it's crazy.
Because if that happens and it's shocking my pap, and then I'm like, not that big of a deal. I'm basically insulting.
Oh, you're diminishing the women's plight.
Yes, because
then the whole bit just becomes a mockery.
Or we just make fun of this Bobo equipment that Butler brought in.
That's true. Yeah. But if
might need to change
Samantha does
we need fresh batteries.
Where is Samantha gonna do it? Right on her
That's not going to give us any
lips,
accuracy
right on
at
the
all.
pumpkin stem.
No, but I'm saying if she does it and then she's like, okay, it feels similar, then at least we can give she could verify that it is similar. So whatever
So it is a setup. Cool.
So what I
like
say
it to me.
is then accurate, or like my insult to menstrual pain not being that bad is accurate. Because if it's not anything like menstrual pain, then whatever I say is pointless because
Right.
it's nothing like it. And so I need to have a baseline of like, does
Yes.
this? Now I'm sure there's someone on the internet, like women that have done this and said like, all right, this feels similar, right? I mean, so
I
many.
think that's why they started doing this. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But you just want to make sure, so we have to zap Sam
Right.
first.
No. All right, I'm gonna do it.
Why don't we zap?
Pull
There's
your pants down,
4.
Tom.
I mean, there's 4 units. Why don't we put one on each of us?
It's not the way it works.
Okay, so now, Butler, how do you know where to place it?
All right. Well, so it's gonna be you're gonna be placing them on your V, but you're gonna have the red, and they're gonna be diagonal. So red, red, black, black.
Okay,
And then you're
Oh
gonna
my
put them
God,
on.
I hope he blows your scrotum off.
now,
What if that happens?
now I have to put them on
To talk to Mo.
the underneath my belt line.
No, you got to go under. You got to go inner thigh.
No.
You got to go right on the V, and then it's gonna be.
You gotta
like
go gray
red,
area.
Red, black, black. So it's not gonna be on your
Put the
your pubes.
first red
Okay,
ones
okay,
on
above.
the
above
inner,
your pubes, like on right at your V.
Okay.
You know this area right between where your chubbles kind of hang down.
Yeah.
The pouch on either side. You know that little gray or darker area you have.
Yeah.
You got to put them on that.
Ah.
You got to put them on that.
All right, so let me get these stickers. All right.
Turn away, Sam. I don't want you to see this.
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna get a.
Hold on.
I don't know if I want to see your grooming because I know you've shaved down there. I know you
Hold
said
on.
that off-putting baby
Yeah,
shave. he
don't
does.
look over here, Samantha.
Okay,
This
I'm
is
blocking
gross.
my face
I'm gonna be
now.
standing.
It looks like David Nichols' shaving routine.
Okay.
Push them on the real good, okay?
So, yeah,
Tom,
well, so-
Tom.
Do we need to like
Red on the
turn a
bottom,
camera
red,
so that
would there be diagonal?
the
Diagonal,
Twitch
okay.
chat
No,
can
they-
see it,
they-
or no?
Well, I don't think this isn't
Not allowed to see this
yeah,
part?
You're not allowed to
Gotcha.
see this part anyway.
Right there,
Oh
right?
man,
right there.
why do you do the Playboy tan thing? Why do you do the Playboy bunny sticker? Why do you do that?
Okay, and I'm gonna show Twitch where.
Why
I'm
do you
putting
do
it.
that?
Uh-oh.
They want to see, right?
I mean, the ladies or the guys, yeah, they do.
Couple
Don't-
people don't.
It's got to go below.
Go below. It's got to go in the pants.
Okay,
So
that,
diagonal, like an X.
so this one right up here on my
Yeah,
belly.
yeah, you
Or up
could-
Yeah,
here?
yeah. Put it right there.
Right
Your
there.
your belly's
Okay.
gone away, dude. You look good.
Your black one, your other black one's gonna go right there.
It's
and your
not
red
gone away.
It is. It looks good.
it's
You
less
have
than
less
a-
of a belly than most guys.
It's less than it
Abs after
was.
this. Well, no, oh,
Put it
okay.
inner
So I thought you were
thigh.
putting it up
Black
your
one here.
like, not
So
touching
Butler,
it.
Butler, put your hand in his pants.
And
I'll
then
give you
the-
$100 cash if you put your hand right down,
Push them
man.
on there real good.
And the other one
across from the
across from the red
Everybody's
one and a
saying
smaller.
lower, but no, I think he's about right. You don't want to go
Well,
too low, or you're going to be like you're going to be.
hair, and if they come detached with the hair, you're gonna get a.
Don't overlap them. It's like Ghostbusters. You overlap them, you catch a
Uh-oh.
fire.
So that's where they're at.
Okay. Oh man.
All right, you ready?
Okay, hold
Well,
on.
hold
Hold on.
on.
Give me a
Whoa,
second.
whoa,
Give me a
okay.
second.
Also,
Let
one of
Grandpa
us,
sit down.
one of the people with the better phone, need to TikTok this. By the way,
Okay, I can do it. I can video it. I
content,
can
friends,
video it.
content.
Okay, so do I need to
Alright,
get
hold on
into a position?
I
Hold
would
on, just
stand.
wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on.
Just turn the power on.
Okay, all right.
Oh, now I'm
Hold
getting
on.
freaked
Because
out.
I want to give you an honest assessment.
Hold on,
of
I'm
what
checking
this-
my Pikmin. I got like new Pikmin. Hold on.
So can you start with like a level one?
Yeah. You're gonna tell me when
Period.
you feel it.
Okay, well, okay, all right. So nothing's happening yet. I feel nothing yet, and so feel okay. All right, okay. There.
Okay,
it is.
what's that? What are you
So
feeling?
I feel my
Butler, can you
abs
step to the right?
Do
contracting.
you like the feeling?
It's like wow. Okay, that's
Okay.
weird.
We're on level 3 of 8.
Okay, level 3. Hold on. let me make
What do
sure
you think of level 3?
So it is. I feel like an electrical current going through there that's stimulating my abs to.
Does it feel like
contract.
menstrual cramps though?
Well, that's like I have no idea what this feels like. All right. So what level are you at now? Because now it feels like I'm about to have.
Where's he at?
It
3.5.
3.5. He's at 3.5.
Well, you went up a half.
I went up a half.
Yeah, this.
So do menstrual cramps stay steady like this, or is it
Oh,
a
they
wave?
ebb and flow. They
is
can
it-
stay steady for sure.
Okay, so
Yeah, it depends.
so is it? Well, tell me, is a 3.5 like a regular flow day, or what are we
I
talking
don't know
about?
because I have never used
Okay.
this machine.
Okay, well that is significantly more uncomfortable.
Okay,
What do you think?
uncomfortable.
Like a tattoo?
It's not. No, a tattoo stings. This is just a vibration, and it feels like I'm being like continuously electrocuted in my around
Yeah.
my pappus.
I used to
area.
do this on my back at my chiropractor a lot, and I'd have him crank it up to like a 9, and I just.
Oh yeah,
There
okay.
it is.
I say, what is that?
What
Where am
level
I
is
at
that?
now?
You're at a 4.
A 4.
Yeah. This is
Yes. Oh, today's my favorite day.
It's more uncomfortable, and when you juiced it up there, but I can.
But they come in waves, so I think you
I can
got to
get
go.
used to it.
No,
yeah.
I'm good.
I think you got to go 7-4, 7-4, 7-4. You know.
Is that
It makes me feel like I'm about to have diarrhea.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
Okay, so ow!
Yes!
Oh, yeah, that
Give
one
him
got
another
me.
good one.
What-
Give him
what-
I
no,
didn't
no.
get it. I didn't get it.
What was that one?
That's my fault. I didn't get it.
You got to stay
was
on the
that one?
victim here.
Look at my. It feels like my abs are just no. No! Stop!
Oh, he said stop.
Did his
Hold
heart?
on, hold on,
Did his
hold on.
heart stop for workout? You went dead for a
I
second.
could not talk for a second.
Oh,
Where'd you go up to?
I think I went up to 5.
that's it.
Hold on. Now,
Oh,
well, I gotta feel
What
what, a
is-
level
what is
10
eight?
looks like. Now,
Would you like to control it?
Oh, dude, don't let him control
No,
it.
no,
You'll
no,
find
yeah.
him in his Jack Shack. He'll be either him down, up, down, up, down, punishing himself.
all right. So that was more intense than I thought.
Okay.
Now,
there
but
you
I
go.
appreciate the honesty.
I have to, although I do feel like my body couldn't naturally do that. And if it did, I would be like, why'd you curse me?
Oh, I ask that question every month.
Because this feels like
Well,
a curse.
And I don't
if
even
this
want
is
kids, so why do
legitimate.
I even have this happen to me every
Well,
month?
here's kind of my take on this. Is that like I know how bad it is downstairs for me with my number 2s, and I know the trail of tears that I walk every morning for that. I know the pain, and I feel like if I can endure a lifetime of that, I can endure one day of having a baby. You see what I'm saying? Like I honestly believe the stuff that I've seen, what I've had to do, the treatment, the behavior, the therapy. Like I feel like that.
All right.
I think I could do it.
So here's I'm gonna now try to not let it bother me and tough it out because I feel like I'm tough and I want to see if I could just ignore it because I can take a taser and then tase my arm with no reaction. Because it's extremely painful.
I
but-
can't take a taser.
I've done it before. So, but this does seem like incontrollable, where it just stops me from talking. Like I cannot
Yeah, it'll
get through
take
it.
your breath away.
All right, are we doing it?
All right, start. Okay, now
Starting low.
So okay, I feel it.
Okay. Man, I can't believe you only got to a 5 on this
No,
thing. Oh,
he's
it's
right.
getting
Man,
it
why
was
you
clenching
bouncing?
crazy.
Why you bouncing?
I'm getting through it. I just have to know that just
Focus, yeah.
just electrocuting my stomach right now. What level are we at now?
We're approaching 5.
Okay, we're 5. All right, it does. Man, it's making my entire insides. Oh man! What level?
Favorite day.
We're just at 5.
5. Give me more. Yeah! Give me more. No! God!
Your
What
vein,
level?
dude, a vein popped
I
out in your
think he
head.
pooped his pants.
5.5? No!
What do you want to go to?
No, I'm just give me 1 6. Okay, that's it.
That's it. He's done.
Oh man!
He's done at 6. Ooh.
Wow.
Isn't that
I want to
bad?
thank you, Butler, for today. I want to thank
That's
you.
painful, dude. Like, I don't even like watching that.
Isn't that
Your
bad?
eyeball under your eyes is sweating. That's weird.
That's pretty bad.
I've never seen your muscles tense up so much.
So what it
That
and
hurt.
that's supposed to be therapy for people? Like, so you could put that on somebody while they're sleeping and just crank it on a 10 and walk out of the room?
Oh, no, you wouldn't do it. You
Not
could really
a
hurt
Yeah, I
someone.
could totally do that.
Oh, you could, yeah.
I'm surprised
I
people don't do that as pranks all the time.
Well, it's an expensive break.
Like,
Well, I'm just saying, you buy one, you
Yeah,
put and crank it up.
like at one point, it felt like am I doing damage to my inside? Which I know I'm not.
Were you going to the doctor today? Just tell him.
Well, the dentist is his teeth.
No, but that's what I did. I went right to the doctor. I'm like, I did kratom today. I did. And the doctor's like, what? I'm like, that's why I'm here.
So, I wonder, like, so my thing is, like, does this give you an accurate picture of what, like, the cramps feel like
Probably
or birth
not.
or whatever?
No. It's probably just some
It's just a simulation, but yeah, it's as close as you can get as a male.
Because, like, that is real bad. Like,
Would it
and
hurt
I'm no P word.
What part of your body would you be able to sustain it the most? Your hands, your feet?
Arm.
If you
I would
did
say
my
your biceps, your quads, stuff like that, were the bigger muscle.
If
And
you did
what-
my forearm, I could take level
Is
10.
anything on
Dude,
the table with this particular machine? For instance, like if I were able to, like put it on my eyeballs,
No.
my organs interior, kind of put it inside me?
No.
I mean,
Why not? It would work, right?
Well, I mean, it's got to be it's an adhesive. You could really hurt yourself if it's not actually stuck to something flush.
I'm amazed that this
You
is
can
just
get
something you
burned
can
pretty
buy
good.
on Amazon. You just go there and buy this shit. You buy the thing.
Well, you could buy a taser on
That's
Amazon.
crazy, though, right?
Yeah. I'm sure if you like put this on your heart, and then started level 10. You know what I'm saying?
Up and down.
Maybe
yeah.
you shouldn't do that, but
No.
like
The most inefficient way to kill yourself.
But I think if you had this on your quads or your calves or something, like it'd be painful. But for some reason, having it around your genital area, it is real bad.
What would it do if we put it
Real
on
bad.
like one of our fish?
Oh, dead.
Oh yeah.
Too
about that.
small.
Do you want to put this on your arm and at least see it?
I want to feel it. Yeah.
Dude,
get
put it
some
on
of
your
his
belly.
belly
dude.
hair on
Yeah,
it.
put it on.
Put it on my belly. I'm more of a P word than you are.
I just want you to feel.
Do you have any diseases? You have crabs like I did? Because if
It's
you
in the
do,
hair, yeah.
I'll be getting them again. I don't want to get them again.
Yeah, but once you got it once, you know.
No, you don't even have any pubic hair, so you don't have crabs. You got to be like a. You
He's
got to
got
be
belly
like a,
fuzz, though.
You got to be
Yeah,
like
no,
a
yeah.
70s guy.
It's all. I mean, at my age, those
Where
are
am I
hair
going
everywhere.
now?
All right, so
Just put on your
Where's
belly.
red go?
Red go. Well, it can go red, then
I got a
black, then black. It
Oh.
goes in an X, so you're gonna make them like an X.
Listen, there's nothing more that I wanted to do than to
Tough it out.
To tough it out and be
Yeah.
like, this is nothing, but I could not do that.
All right, give me a.
I
like that.
appreciate
How about
the
that?
honesty.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I honestly, I
All right,
couldn't
give me
even.
a 1. Don't mess around with me now.
Give him a 1.
You'll feel.
Feel it.
You gotta at least give him a 5 too.
Oh God! Oh wow!
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. That the initial.
Hold on a second.
What are you at?
I don't even know what's happening.
It's just a vibration at first, but then.
No, hold on a second.
It's like a
Pause,
hardcore
pause.
pain.
Where are we at?
Oh, man, I need this
That's a
every
3?
day.
I don't know about this, man. I don't know if I like this at all. It's why is it pulling my fat in?
Yeah, that's what they...
I know.
yeah.
I can feel it sucking me from the inside my own body.
Yeah.
The black hole.
Can you give me a 3.5?
What? Give him up to a.
Oh.
Hi.
Wait, now I kind of like it.
Tell me what if he like? Yeah. What if he's a masochist?
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh.
Hold on. What is that?
You didn't touch it.
Well, no, this fat part's it's making me fatter.
Oh, they're all burned. Like also,
It's catching my shirt on fire.
Yeah.
It comes off your skin.
Give me a 4.
Really pressed on it.
You guys are...
Ah!
It's so much fun. I love this.
I can't put my back in the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold
you
on.
stiffen up.
I'm telling you.
One more. No, I can't. I'm a P.
Okay.
Oh, Lord, no, it's this side of my fat.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
I'm too fat on the right side.
You got
Oh,
to the 4?
I can't. You did a 6? You're nuts.
It used to be. I want to do
Sorry,
a 10.
Bubba, I'm trying to hold him off my pants.
We should have
here.
done a 10.
No, I'm not in that game, dude. This isn't that kind of show.
Well, put it on my thighs. Can you do a
Inner thighs.
like?
Yeah, 100%.
Could you do a 10 on my thigh?
You know, I will say I do feel very svelte right now. Sam, you want to try it? Just
sure.
to feel it? Put it on your foot.
My foot. It's
Yeah,
all
that
bones.
All right. So
I did
Now
get
we're
trying
hooking
to-
it up to Tom's thigh.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think it's going to be as painful here.
But I don't know. I don't think.
You're going to see your muscles.
I don't think a 10 is good because he's going to kick his sandal through the windshield or window.
Oh, yeah. Take your sandal off.
Okay, yeah.
Make sure they're on there pretty good. Push them on there.
Smack his thighs, Butler.
All right, we're playing with a tens machine about 20 years too late.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Turn it up. You tell me when it's my.
Okay, I feel electricity now, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I see it tightening.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, look at it move.
Oh, man.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta show Twitch this.
Ew, yuck, you're
Hold on.
peeing your pants.
Show Twitch. Hold on.
All right.
Your legs are twitching.
Oh my god, it's the worst cramp in the world. All right, what is that now? Oh!
Oh, yo.
4! Dude, I'm not even joking.
That's worse than the stomach,
I
isn't
don't
it?
think I could do a 10.
Don't do it.
No way.
You might hurt yourself.
No, it's not gonna. Dude, I can't even move my leg anymore. It's frozen solid. My leg is frozen.
All right, leave it that way.
Well, that's nothing new.
Oh, dude, it's moving. Oh, my God.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have something inside of your leg right now.
It's like an alien.
What is that?
Yeah, it's my muscle contracting.
That is disgusting.
Yeah,
Oh, my
it's got a
God.
heartbeat.
Dude, you can't put that on Twitch. That's not his leg.
It is
That
gross.
is not his leg.
What is it at now?
You're at just about 4.5.
A 4.5. Don't do it. Don't. Oh, my God.
What is it now?
There's veins everywhere.
You're still. I just barely.
There's veins everywhere now. If you look at the front of his thigh, it's all veins.
Just
This can't be good for you.
yeah, like wait. All Butler's wife's like, "Where's that dangerous ass machine?"
Right.
Where's my cancer machine?
I gotta return that one. It kills people.
All right, so all right, I'm gonna sit down for
man.
this.
We're all sweating now.
Try to give
I'm
me
crying.
at least the highest. Well, not the highest.
No,
but
don't
give me
do
a
it.
6 or a 7. What is that?
Breathe.
5?
Breathe,
Okay,
breathe.
give me
Deep
a
breath.
6.
Deep breath. Deep breath.
Oh, okay, that's it. Wow,
What was that? Is a 6?
dude, that actually, it felt burning like
have right here,
electrocuting my.
Both of your eyes are watering.
That wasn't just a muscle tense. That was me being electrocuted. Like my leg, actually, like piercing, insane.
How does
pain.
it feel now, though?
It feels great. I think I had 2 orgasms. Dude, that I don't know why. But I guess I feel like my muscles feel tingly. Like there's a bunch of blood went there, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, if they're contracting a
yeah.
bunch of times, like it brings blood to the surface. I can see how people use it as therapy, but my God.
Is there an easier way to?
Yeah, after 6, like how? I mean, why does it even have a 10? Like, to what muscle needs to be at a 10? Like, I'm like even my forearms. Like it was so much electricity. You start burning, right?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know why I need to go up to an 8, but these are questions that Dr. Octor could
answer.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is painful.
Would it do anything if I put it on a watermelon?
I don't think.
No,
I don't think so.
Could I cook a hot dog with it if I put the?
You might be able to do that.
If I pulled the pads
Dude,
off and stuck it in a hot dog, could I cook a hot dog?
It's possible.
Sam, do you want to feel it at all?
Yeah, she wanted to put
this
it on
all
her
over,
foot.
I don't want to put it on my foot.
Or hand or something. Put it on something that's not going to hurt her. Oh, I was thinking feet are tough, right? You would imagine the bottom of your feet.
Yeah,
I would imagine it'd be okay there.
I don't know,
man.
Have you ever had a toe cramp, like where your toes
Yes,
curl?
I hate that.
That is painful.
I have arthritis in my feet, and my toes will get
What if
stuck.
I have a heart attack right now?
You're not going to have a heart attack.
No.
If I didn't have it, you're not going to have a heart attack.
My heart is, at the brink.
I've had 4 Celsius today, and I have heart disease in my family, so
I have not lived a healthy life.
neither of us have.
I should just relax, right?
Nothing helps.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Good to know.
he's not going to take you to the 6, and if he does, that's not cool. I don't think he will.
Yeah.
I gotta
this
do
your
all
bicep?
4 pads?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta complete the circuit.
Man, I thought I only needed 2.
You gotta complete the circuit.
My quad, it feels numb.
God.
All right,
Why
here
did I
goes
say I
Sam.
do this?
Well, I used to do this to my back all the time, and it actually, if you
Oh,
sit
that
there
feels
for like
good.
20 minutes with it on your back, it's awesome. Give me a 2.5, 3
What are
for
you
about
at?
20 minutes.
This feels good.
Have
What
you
the
ever?
hell?
Have you ever?
on. She's
look
talking
at She's like blasted herself here and asked us to leave the room. That's not fair.
I'm fine.
That's not.
she's
yeah.
she's doing it.
Yeah.
Now it's hurting like hell.
Yeah,
Well,
but
where
you
you
got
at?
a pretty good poker face.
Yeah.
Where you at?
Ah! That hurt.
It's crazy, right?
She's about 4 on
Nice.
on the other.
It's like moving my arm on its own. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Yes. You can take that along.
Only because I felt it like going up my neck, and I'm like, oh, I feel like my heart's gonna stop.
It's
now.
cool, right?
Oh, plus we're having Butler electrocute us. Like, this is not smart. If any of us died,
You know what? You're
I'd be
right.
like, we deserve
I can't
this.
believe I.
They're like, wait a minute, you had Butler. I'll electrocute you.
On my left arm, closest to my heart.
And we're like, well, he said he knew what he was doing. Like, but that's what you yelled at him for.
He never said he knew what he was doing. He never. All I heard him say was, "Hey, I got this. You want to try? It's fun." Like he didn't say he knew what he was doing.
Yeah. Okay, this is legit.
Blew my hair off.
If that's anywhere close to childbirth, I will say that that's a horrible experience to go through.
During childbirth, once you're in it, I would imagine, okay, like Octomom. That's a C-section and everything, right?
Yeah.
You get the epidural. Yeah.
I mean, she's out, right?
I mean, you could plan it so you never even feel any negative effects of childbirth.
So here's my question. Who's the natural birth woman who's given birth to the most natural birth babies?
One of those Duggars, right?
I'm sure. Well,
that sounded racist, but I know it wasn't.
No.
I'm sure there's some lady in India that had, 20 kids or something that all natural. You know what I'm saying? There's like a lot of that.
You're right. Third world, like an older, traditional.
Yeah. Any octomom, they're going to be, because most likely it's in vitro why they're having so many babies at once. So they're going to be under doctor supervision the whole time, and they're going to plan it all out. Like, you're not just, we're giving birth, go to the hut. It's like, that's the insane part. Like, women have been giving birth for an insane amount of time without any medical assistance.
We should do this once a week. This was fun.
I mean,
I learned I'm tougher than you guys.
I do feel I feel a little relaxed. You're designed to do it.
Women are actually can deal with pain better than men because of childbirth.
I've always said that. Yep.
Like they've proved it on Mythbusters or whatever. Like, science has proved it. Like, women have a higher pain tolerance than men, which seems like but we're stronger. We easily hold you down. That's why we're leaders. You have to stay home and give birth and do the.
Well, you have to the birthing thing. Yeah, if they weren't tough with the birthing thing,
we have to fight the wars.
We wouldn't have any babies.
Yeah.
We don't need a high pain tolerance because normally the way we go out is very quick because we're warriors.
Yeah. We can't handle
a bullet, a knife to the throat. That's how we go. It's quick. You guys agonizing, slow, weak death.
But you did seem tougher than us. So,
you did.
We'll
let you have
that'll
that
get my
one.
ego. I won't say you are, but it did seem that way.
I told Butler to lie about the numbers. He never turned mine on. I was all acting.
That's good. Bravo.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. So you want to take a quick break or let's keep going?
It's almost 40.
Yeah.
We're at 39.
Yeah, 39. So if we kept going, it would be the first time we've ever done a double 40.
What?
Yeah. No, I meant like go to 42. I guess there's a point. 2 more minutes.
42?
You having a good time today?
You know what? Strap them back on, Butler. Strap them back on.
You know what's funny is that we started doing stunts with him again. He's like, you know what?
He wants to keep going.
Maybe this place isn't so bad after all. Yeah. You back in the game, buddy?
We'll end with this. Logic Man paid the Grizz $100 to, I don't even know if I can say this on the radio, but put, let's say, your finger, but not your finger, on basically in between the 2 leads of a taser, and then turn it on so it tases both sides of the tip of your finger.
Oh. Yes,
but
it's
it's
not
not
your finger.
Yeah, downstairs finger. Anyway, he did that, and he didn't say it was that bad. Like he
You're
said,
this close to saying finger 11, and then going to Earth Day birthday.
We'll be right.
Stump Boy's back.
We'll be right back.